All right, cool. I am alive. All right, y'all. We're just waiting to get this live started, man. Give it a few minutes before we get this going. Obviously, the rule is come get a good seat, get some popcorn, get your shakes, get your snacks, get whatever you need, because you already know what we're talking about today. Let's see. Oh, 300 y'all already in here? You guys really want to talk about this? You guys really want to talk about this? Don't worry. Give me one more minute. We're just gonna start real quick and fast, man. I didn't even know there was a line outside the window. You know what I mean? There's a line out the club. All right, cool. Give me one more minute. We got some special guests on here today too, so special surprise. Why are you guys coming in? What do you guys think about the fight? Where are you guys from? What city and state and country you guys at? Special guests on here. Nope, that's a little echo. All right, let me get this down. Where's my chat? Where's my chat? Here we go. Great chat. The greatest chat of all. Jesus, what up? Luke Porter, what up? Jesus died for you. Oh yeah, you gonna have a field day in here. D1's boxing edits. Bob is W. The boxing scientist. Yeah, we got special guests today. Haney's overrated. What up, JB Holmes, Romero, Ralph, HRLTX. Got California in the house, the Philippines, Antonio, Zion, welcome back. 619 Cali Factor, what's up? What up, Romero? We back. We back in the building. Ben Israel, A Dilla. All right. I said one more minute. That was 2 minutes, right? All right, cool. So, let's just get this going, guys. Let's get this going. So, just want to let everybody know we have none other, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Hold on. I'm gonna ask this man. Do I have permission to unmute you, mister? Do I have permission? I think it says you have to there you go. Alright. Mr. Ben Thompson, the owner of FightHype, the legendary one, the Al Heyman of media, as they would say. The guy who never, ever does these. But when he does, it's at a very, very special time.
Special occasions like now. Before you continue though, Ron, let me just take a quick second before we bring in our other special guests to say thank you, Jesus. 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 Shout out to Ryan Garcia. We're about to get to that in a second, but yeah, man, bring in the man, the myth, the legend, who was actually at the fight.
All right, and I'm gonna actually ask for you to unmute yourself as well. Let the world know who you are and what's popping.
Woo! A whole lot was popping. But for those of you unfamiliar, my name is Kevin Garcia. I go by the Puerto Rican Kid KG, and definitely part of the FightHype team. Happy to be here, and yeah, can't wait to talk to you guys about all the events, the craziness, and the outcome, which I'm sure you have all seen. Wild week, Ron. Wild last week for sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first thing I have to ask, is your guys' immediate reaction to the fight, right? Because I have mine, which I will show, which was streamed amongst a whole bunch of people, and I made a bet with the chat that you see this, right? You guys weren't in the stream, you missed out because clearly I picked Devin Haney, and I picked Devin Haney by a potential stoppage, and I gotta show out this nice Ryan Garcia merch. No, I didn't switch sides, right? It was more of my way of gracefully giving Ryan Garcia the props that he deserves, and he not just freed the children, but he freed everyone of doubts.
Bro, I'm not even mad at the merch. It's actually some good looking merch. I like the back. It's actually kind of it's a little afflictionist. I don't know if you guys remember the Affliction brand back in the day, in the early MMA days, but I like it. I dig it. I actually think I need to purchase one. In fact, I think everybody needs to purchase one after last night, man. Bro, Ryan Garcia, you cannot tell him shit right now, bro. You cannot. So whatever he wants me to do, you got it, bro. Send me the link. You got my money. I'm buying some merch. We're freeing the children. Facts.
Isn't that like his back tattoo? Is that what that is?
I think so.
I think so. I officially have Ryan Garcia's back tattoo on my back. So no Diddy, right?
No Diddy,
right?
No Diddy.
But
that's crazy.
But Kevin, you were there at the fight, right? So like, what was the atmosphere like? Was it pro Devin, pro Ryan? Like, give us the lowdown. Like, you were in the building.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think everybody there was really just waiting on the main event, right? And you could feel it in the air. Like, some of the undercards, I can't even. There were some fights on the undercard for sure, but if I think back, that's how much I think the anticipation was being built to just see the Ryan Devin fight. That's what everybody was there for. It was crazy. I know there was a lot of questions going into fight week about whether or not it would be a sellout, would it be a packed house? I know pay-per-view numbers still haven't been released, or unless Ben, you know something, but I can tell you from inside the stadium, it was packed. It was packed. It was to the rafters. I mean, any and everybody you can think of from the New York area was there. You had the local rappers. Joey Badass was in the building. Ferg was in the building. Angela Yee, who's like formerly of the Breakfast Club, she was there. I mean, then you had the boxing celebrities that were there. I mean, none bigger than Mike Tyson. He walked in and that place went upside down. It was amazing. It was amazing. And as far as like the fans, I got to tell you, from what I heard a lot of, and this is before the victory, this is before the win, I heard a lot of Ryan in that crowd. And I was surprised because you both know Ryan wasn't the most thrilled to have the fight in New York initially. And I think coming out of this week, he's going to rethink it if they ever look to book him again in a New York venue, because he got a lot of love in the city last week, throughout the whole week. You guys know I was there Tuesday all the way up until fight night. And the fans were really pro. It felt like they were very much pro Ryan at every event. And then at the fight, for sure. It was crazy. It was nuts.
I mean, when the first I wouldn't see first knockdown, but I guess the first minute where Ryan buzzed Devin, like, what was the energy like, right? Because I'm sure the knockdowns was crazy, but just that first minute, was it nuts?
Oh my God. Listen, it felt like they took the lid off that place. You're absolutely right. So round one, they're getting the fight going. Ryan stepped to Devin, like I think most hardcore boxing fans would have expected, right? That's what we all thought. Ryan's gonna step to Devin. We saw it happen in the Gervonta fight, right? He stepped right to Gervonta, and he started trying to impose himself. I think the difference was the reaction, Devin's bodily reaction to that first clip. When it was a left hook, I'm pretty sure. He caught him with a left hook, and Devin's legs right away responded. It was instant. And when that happened, it was pandemonium central. I was on the floor. I was ringside. And, we were kind of just chilling, watching the fight. And I think that happened within like the first 40 seconds of the fight. I mean, look, if somebody keep me honest if I'm wrong, but I want to say it was definitely within the first minute. And when that happened, the crowd went nuts. We had the zone, like the live camera crew behind us. And dude turned on that live camera so quick to catch a live shot because fans were going crazy. I don't think anybody just anticipated it happening like that and that quickly. and Devin just, yeah, his body, the way it responded, I think it was foreshadowing for what eventually happened, right? He was feeling it, and he felt it early. He felt it early for sure.
What was your thoughts, Ben? I mean, being the owner of FightHype, you've covered all the biggest fights, right? So you know about big fights, big upsets, big moments. Is this one of the most biggest moments in boxing that just happened last night?
I think it's pretty big, just based off of everything leading up to the fight. Ryan's. I can't even really call him antics anymore. Like just Ryan being himself, I guess, and touching on all the different topics. Knowing who killed Tupac, knowing this, knowing that. It definitely, as we got closer to the fight, it definitely made it seem as though he was going to be very disadvantaged going into the fight. I think even during fight week, the questions about him making weight kind of started like as soon as the grand arrivals hit. I'm pretty sure. I think Kevin, you might have asked him something about his weight, and he mentioned that he was weighing 141 or something like that. I'm going to make weight, yada yada yada. Even though he didn't even look like he was close to making weight. I mean, you could kind of see in Devin's face that he was starting to draw down a little bit, and Ryan just looked like normal. So there was just a lot going on leading up to it that just kind of, I mean, even, the being out at the club one night, singing that, what was he singing, like some Keisha Cole or something like that. Having the porn star that he was smashing at some point, kicking it, getting kicked out of the I mean, look, you laughing. Listen, we got listen.
I'm just reflecting on everything that happened. It was such a crazy week.
But it's not a surprise. Like he let everyone know. I mean, bro, he was doing for 7 to 8 weeks, bro. He was doing those spaces on X/Twitter, whatever it's called. And shout out to, I don't even remember all the people, but I know that I was in enough of them to recognize some names like Eden Rock, and there was a Delilah or something like that, and Freedom Patriot something. Like these people were in there faithfully and loyally, like every time he was on there, and I'm just, I mean, obviously I was in there too to listen to what he was saying and listen to all the topics he was talking about to see if there was any content we could create. But I was listening to those people like, man, like, what are these people? I don't even like half the stuff they're talking about. I mean, they're talking about UFOs and just all kinds of, I mean, I don't want to call it crazy stuff, but just, conspiracy type theories. And some of them all had their own personality. I know Eden Rock, for like, that's just one that kind of sticks out because, he came off kind of weird, but he was actually kind of funny. So shout out to all of them for being loyal and just sticking on this roller coaster ride with Ryan. So by the time the fight arrived, it was like, all right, what are we about to get? And I think that's kind of what made it such, a special, I mean, obviously with the way the fight played out, if it would have gone as most people predict, I think most people were kind of expecting, all right, Dev, I mean, I know they're talking about killing him. I know they're talking about, meet me in the center of the ring and all that. But I think most people were expecting Devin to, get on the back foot, put the jab in his face and just try and, box circles around him. Right. But the fight, man, I mean, that may have been, well, I don't want to say it was like, I don't want to really compare it to Hagler Hearns. Right. But the energy that Ryan was bringing from the start of the bell, it was kind of a Hagler Hearns energy. I mean, he was just like, let's go, when he unleashed that left hook and it just like, and cracked Devin, I was like, oh shit, something different is about to happen. And don't get me wrong, like I kind of, he went kind of, he didn't go wild, but he let go of a lot of punches early in that first round. And as it got towards the end of the round, I felt like, oh, okay, maybe he just had an adrenaline dump and this is going to wear off. And by round 4, by round 5, by round 6, he's going to get tired because, he didn't make weight. So that led me to believe he wasn't training seriously. But I think Ryan just fooled us all, bro. I think he was training seriously. I think when he says, "Listen, I just can't make the weight anymore," I think he's being honest. I definitely know when he fought Tank and he was talking about the injury that he had. I mean, he was being very honest about the injury. He did get injured leading up to the fight. So I do think, Ryan, as much as he fooled everyone, I do think he's a very truthful person. And man, bro, he didn't. I, I'm stunned. I'm still stunned. I mean, granted, I haven't gone to sleep yet. Like that's what kind of a night it was. I've been up for like 29 hours right now. So, just working and stuff. But Ryan did his fucking thing, and I can't even hate on him, bro. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to him for fooling everyone, including his family, I think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he didn't fool his family. Maybe his family were in on it too. But I definitely, I remember in the very beginning when, he started making all these tweets that seemed like he was going crazy. Even some of his family members, I know his ex-wife made a post like, "Hey, please pray for Ryan. I'm concerned about him." His brother made a post like, "I don't condone the stuff that Ryan's doing." I've spoken to some of his family members, and they sounded a little concerned, like, "We're not sure what's going on." So, I do think there was some legit concern there, but Ryan said, "Nah, bro, I thrive on this. This is and some fighters are like that. They need that craziness, I guess, to like really amp themselves up and take themselves to another level." I don't think he purposely did that, but I think what we found out was that Ryan, even though, he may have some stuff going on, and that's another thing, and that's a whole other subject that we could talk about is mental illness and stuff like that. When people hear the word mental illness, they just automatically think crazy, and that's not how mental illness works, right? Like there are different levels of mental health and how well you are and how you handle it, whether it's depression, there's so many things that you could be going through. And I do think it's fair to say that Ryan was going through some stuff. I mean, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he may have even said something about it in the post-fight press conference where he was talking about, I was getting a divorce, I just
Yep.
had
Yep.
had a new baby born. So that's a lot of stuff to juggle. And like I said, I think what we found out is that even under all that pressure and stress and anxiety, mental, whatever stuff that's going on, Ryan Garcia is still a fucking beast. And he is not one to take lightly, bro, at all. And he definitely proved, you can call him an influencer boxer, you call him whatever the fuck you want. But he's definitely a badass, and he knows how to kick some ass. So, everyone in the 140, well, I was gonna say I was gonna say 135 at first for guys that are moving up, but shit, Ryan's moving up. He talking about 147 and fighting Boots. He talking about 154 and fighting Fundora. Like, yo, this dude is serious. So I was impressed, man. But when that first shot happened, I was stunned, bro. I was actually I wasn't on the phone with him at that time. Because he called me after. No, I think I actually was on the phone. I was actually on the phone with my man Romero. We were on the phone together, just watching the fight at that particular moment. I forget what I called him for, but when it happened, it was just like, I mean, bro, we were shocked. I think everyone was shocked.
And real quick, I just want to shout out
to
to Jose Flores. He donated $1.49, or my bad, maybe $1.50 super chat. So appreciate you. Just wanted to highlight that message. But go ahead, KG.
Appreciate you, bro.
Oh dang! Oh, there you got it. You hear?
Oh,
can you hear?
You still here, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Can you?
Okay, no, yeah, you're good. You're good. I just wanted to shout out the super chat. We got a super chat. So go ahead.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Gotta show him love. No, two things really come to mind when I really think about this fight. Just like thinking about some of the things you said. First, weight, right? So at the post fight, Ryan stated, like like you said, man, I think Ryan, I don't know about mentally ill, right? And I think nobody's like, there's a lot of WebMDs and nobody's a fucking doctor, right? We don't know what's wrong with him, but I think he's just the person who says what comes to his mind for better or worse, right? Like whether it's good for him or bad for him, Ryan's gonna tell you exactly what he thinks. I lobbied questions that most of the reporters there would have never asked him, like because he put it out there, and I felt that it was warranted to ask him about. Yeah, there was some humor
Like
behind
what?
it, but it was like who killed Tupac, right?
Right.
Definitely asked him that.
Drake or Kendrick.
Drake or Kendrick, right? Who's his favorite baseball team after he was pissed at the Mets? The reason I asked him is because as the week went on, I realized, and I appreciated it for him. You can ask him pretty much whatever you want to ask him as long as it comes from a good place, and he'll answer it. So when he stated at the post fight, 143, I physically can't get under that. I believe that. I saw that guy wearing ankle weights, vest weight. I saw him, drinking very little water, just here and there. He seemed focused on trying to lose it. Now, whether he was putting in the work as much as he needed to, that's a whole nother question. But yeah, I don't think he could get under 143. I really don't. I mean, on Monday, you're right, Ben, or Tuesday at the Empire State Building, I asked him, I said, Ryan, what happens if you miss weight? And verbatim, his response was, I'm not missing weight. And he was like dismissive of it. I think he really believed he can get there, but he just physically, I think, Ryan doesn't fight at 140 ever again. I really don't think he can make the weight. So, I mean, that's really just my thoughts on his weight. But the other thing I thought about, right, when we're talking about Ryan and the way he stepped to Devin, I don't know, like you just said, nobody knew if he was taking, this shit seriously, if he was putting in the work or what he was doing. But I mean, you guys tell me, I saw that right hand come out. That's always the knock on Ryan. He doesn't use the right. He drops it too low. I was watching him intently. I saw him use that right hand more effectively than we've probably ever seen him use it. I saw his chin tucked a lot better than we've ever seen it in the past. So I think he was taking training seriously. And I think Derrick James did have an effect on him that produced the results that we saw last night. And yeah, it was different. It was a different Ryan. I was shouting, throw the right. And I think like a couple of minutes later is when he dropped him with the two-piece. He set it up with the right. Clipped him with the right. Bang, left hook. Which is, again, the knock on Ryan. He's always coming straight forward and telegraphing the left. And he had moments of that yesterday. But like they said in the post-fight, right? I think it was Bernard. Imagine Ryan actually focused in a training camp. What kind of Ryan could we get? Right?
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, I think the win obviously puts Ryan in a whole different stratosphere. But I also think that it just realigns the whole thought process at 140 pounds. Like, I mean, like, who does Devin fight next? How does it go, right? Like, all these doubts that you may have never had before are now there, right? Like,
Ryan dropped Devin like, officially 3, but it could have been 5, 6 times, bro. Lomachenko didn't do that to Devin.
Nope.
Kambosos didn't do that to Devin.
Nope.
Like,
Linares didn't when he had him hurt.
Bro, like, fucking Ryan Garcia is he a beast, yo. That's crazy. That's just crazy to say. Ron, did you? What was your reaction? Because you were working, you were calling it with like, how many people were in the live? You had like 10, 15, 20. Like, I mean, it was packed.
It was packed. And I want to get this screen share. So bear with me if there's some sort of technical. We're trying.
Oh, you have the video.
But
you have the video.
Roll
the video.
So let me. I know you guys haven't seen. So let me see if I can boot this up on my end to you guys, so I can screen share it too. Right. So
yeah, I haven't seen it.
Let me get this. And for the ones who have not been in the live, and I know there's a lot of names in here that I've seen from that stream that came back, so I appreciate you guys. Let me go to my. Let's see. Let's go here. This is my clipped out reaction, right? Let me clip this out right here. Let's get this right. This is my clipped out reaction to the 3 knockdowns, right? Not the when Ryan initially buzzed Devin, but the 3 knockdowns, right? So keep real quick. If you got headphones, I don't know how loud this is gonna be, But you
Okay.
already know it's gonna be loud. So this is my disclaimer of warning, right?
I got you. Pull my headphones out. Oh, we can't hear it. Can you hear it?
No, I can't. I can see it. Looks
Oh, you guys
crazy.
can't hear it? Hold on. Hold on. I know the chat can hear it. Let me see if I can get them.
Oh, maybe the chat can hear it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the chat. You can hear it. I can hear it in the chat.
Okay.
I can hear it in the chat. I'm playing it. Yeah, I'm playing it in the chat. You went crazy. You got out the chair.
The finish him shirt is that's it for me. The shirt was just right on point, Ron.
Hell no. Yeah, that's funny. You went ape shit. Was that the first knockdown? The second?
The first, second, and third. You'll see.
Oh, it's all of them. They're okay. That's funny.
That's what it was like inside the arena, Ron. Just like that. People got on their chairs. They were going fucking nuts.
That's funny.
It was crazy.
Oh, my camera! I even knocked my camera or some shit because I was swinging my hand.
That's funny, bro. Look at your face, bro. We're gonna have to put your face in the thumbnails. We'll need we should have made a reaction video. I mean, you did, but not this part. Not this part. He had the shirt ready.
So I had another shirt as a reminder. So granted, I'm wearing the same shirt. The bet was with the chat that if Devin loses, I have to wear the shirt that Ryan's dad gave me last week.
Oh, okay. Yo, I love it. I dig it. Free the children.
Free the children.
Free the children.
Right here. Ryan's showing that not only he has a good left,
and you're just trying. Oh shit! He said, "Oh, hell no." That's funny. That's funny.
Do y'all think what Ryan said was accurate, or there was merit to it? Because he was saying that they should have stopped the fight or should have been called. But I mean, I think Devin, he acquitted himself. He defended himself. He was in the fight. But what do you think?
I won't. Look, here's the thing. You don't want to, you always want to give a fighter a chance, right? But at the same time, I don't know, it's hard. It's a touchy subject, bro. It's a touchy subject. I do think if Bill wanted to, he could have stopped it a couple rounds earlier. I mean, and when I say that, I don't mean it in a sense of, Devin was getting battered around the ring or anything, although he kind of sort of was. I mean, he was kind of falling down all over the ring. But at some point you got to look at it and just kind of realize, can we even still win the fight? Because you don't really want your guy to take unnecessary damage if, the opportunity to win is not there. Now, having said that, judging from one of the scorecards, it looked like the opportunity to win was there for the entire fight. So in that sense, no, they shouldn't have stopped the fight. Just let Devin do his thing and maybe, he can right the ship. But I wouldn't have been mad if, they kind of waved the white flag and just said, you know what, let's just, we're not going to win this one. Let's just swallow our pride and get out and not take any extra damage in round 10, round 11, round 12, something like that. I definitely think, I can't remember what round it was. But Ryan hit him with a 2-piece that I think was probably the one that quote unquote broke his jaw. I mean, I don't know if his jaw was broken. Ryan said it was. Devin, came out that same night and said, no, it's not broken. I do think something was fucked up with the jaw because it looked pretty swollen. You can have a fracture in the jaw or and maybe not really be considered, broken in a sense. So maybe Devin was saying it wasn't broken because of that. But Ryan definitely, he hit him with a 2-piece that I was just like, whoa, I don't, because Devin went down and he just kind of had a look of shock on his face as he looked up at Ryan. And I don't think he was shocked at Ryan. I think he may have just been shocked at like, what is this pain? Like, what the fuck was that just hit me? Well, it was fucking Ryan Garcia's Goodnight Irene. And at that point, yeah, at that point, I did feel like, I think it might have been round 9, it may have even been earlier, 7, 8, something like that. But at that point, when he went down that time, and it might have been the 3rd time, I just kind of felt like, yeah, he's not winning this one. So what are we even here for anymore? But again, like, being in that position, being the trainer, being the father, I don't know if I don't think I would have stopped it. I probably would have been like, nah, fuck that.
I mean, he was.
Sorry, KG. Sorry, real quick. I just want to make sure we don't miss the super chats. SD Drones Connection said, "Great channel, guys. The fight was humbling. $2 super chat. Appreciate you." And we will get to. I just want to let everyone know we will start getting to the chat, start posting answers. Kind of engaging. These are just kind of our little thoughts right now, but then we'll start commenting and talking to chat, and we'll be pulling up the comments and interacting.
Well, I'm about to look in the chat now, see what y'all saying.
But I know you were about to talk, KG. I'm sorry.
You're good. Show love to the super chat. We appreciate y'all. It's all good. It's all good. I was just gonna say, first things first. Credit to Devin, because for somebody who was obviously hurt pretty bad several times, he kept stepping to him. I don't know if that was a smart thing to do. Results tell you it wasn't, but heart of a lion for real, Devin Haney. None but love to that guy, bro, because he could have, like you said, they could have waved the white flag. He could have been on the bike. I saw Devin step into that guy, and for better or worse, he put on a hell of a fight in terms of entertainment for the fans who paid their hard money to watch it. So there's that. But yeah, Devin was hurt. Did you guys catch, or was it shown on the broadcast or the stream or whatever? After the fight ended, when the last bell rang, Devin did what he normally would do, which is run to the ring post, hop on the side, kind of put the arms up. Hey, everybody, I won. Mm-hmm. Bro, he could not get to the second rung. His legs were cooked. Like he jumped on the rope, and he like completely lost balance, fell back, had to hang on the ropes and like gain his balance. And like it was an effort to get up there and like put himself in the position of like, thank you, everybody, I won the fight, kind of that salute to the crowd that fighters do.
Yeah.
He didn't look good, man. When I saw him jump on that rope, I was like, oh, he's fucked up. Like he's definitely feeling it right now. Those legs were gone. They were gone. So.
Now can I highlight 2 things, right? And it's just the topic of discussion a lot of people's having, right? There's 2 things that people really wanted to talk about. One, they wanted to talk about the referee, if it was good or bad, with Harvey Dock. And the second conversation is that, Ryan did come at 140, 3.2 pounds over, and granted, you see either or. There was kind of the talking, I don't want to say excuses, but there was something where at some point that if Ryan lost, you can buffer and say all these things with issue, but because Devin lost, we got to highlight, the 3.2 pounds. Did it play a factor? And was the referee good in a sense for Devin or bad for Ryan? I've heard a lot of that. So just what's your guys' thought on those 2 topics?
I thought the ref was trash. Yeah, I got it. I thought the ref was trash. I don't want to knock him too. It's hard being a ref. It's hard being a judge. But he definitely had an off night. I didn't see a reason why he took a point from Ryan. He didn't even warn him. Don't get me wrong. Ryan did give him a little thump, but I like that. I like that Ryan. I like this new Ryan, bro. I like this. I don't give a fuck. I like this new Ryan.
Rebel without a cause, or rebel with a cause?
Rebel with a cause. Rebel with a cause.
Because
free the children.
The ring wall with the Kanye West, right?
Yeah.
No children left behind. Listen, that I thought Ryan's ring wall was actually kind of fire because you got the free the children stuff, but no children left behind. It's Kanye, right? A parallel, right? Is he the Kanye of boxing? Then he goes does the Jesus walks, which we all know Jesus walks.
Right.
Then obviously after that, he comes out with the big prideful Mexican song that obviously, representing his culture. I felt like he was probably even questioned. Some people might have questioned. There was a lot of Devin Haney for, we're from Tijuana, La Raza, So Ryan had to kind of get that get back. And those 3 songs, I think, told the story of Ryan Garcia. And so, yeah, that shit was
Back in
fire.
blood.
Yeah.
I like Harvey Doc. I think he does well. I don't know what the hell Harvey Doc was doing last night. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he had the jitters, big fight. I don't know. The judge, who was the judge that scored it? What was it? 112?
Max DeLuca. Smoking. He was smoking that shit.
Yeah, he was smoking that Haney pack with Ryan or something, bro. Like, I don't know what he was on.
I was gonna say it, but you did.
I mean it, you know. I mean, it's not. Look, it's not a knock at anyone, bro. It's part of the promotion, bro. It's part of the promotion, 420 and everything. But yeah, he was off. That was a terrible scorecard. The weight, I honestly don't think the weight. I mean, I guess in a sense, you could say the weight mattered for Devin because he had to suck down. He had to lose the extra weight, thinking that, you know, we're going to make weight for this title. So I guess you could argue that it made him a little weaker, but nah, fuck that, bro. The weight, I mean, we're talking 3.2 pounds. Nah. I don't even know. What were their weights on fight night? Did they announce that?
There you go. And no, I don't think they did, but that's what I was going to say, Ben. Yeah. It don't fucking matter because come fight night, they both looked about 160 pounds. So that playing field, it evened out. Evened out. The weight was not a factor. It was not.
I didn't think so. So no, none of that matters, bro. No, I mean, of course there'll be an asterisk. Well, some people will have an asterisk on the performance because Ryan didn't make weight. But I just don't think that matters, man. I think Rebel with a Cause, Ryan Garcia, is a very, very dangerous dude. You know, Ryan Garcia taking a swig of alcohol and a couple puffs off a blunt is a very dangerous dude. And he's legit, man. He's legit. I give him a shot to beat anyone. Do a rematch with Tank. Yeah. That's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. I think, a fight with Shakur. Of course, people are going to favor Shakur, or, people that are aficionados of, the technical skills of a boxer. They're going to favor Shakur, but Ryan, he's got that equalizer, bro. He's got that left hook. Apparently he has a right hand now too. And he has a chip on his shoulder, man. A chip on his shoulder for any fighter is very dangerous. And he's going to be a problem for all these dudes, man. But I feel like they're all problems for each other, bro. Like, I really don't feel like anyone has kind of separated themselves to say, nah, I'm the guy. Can't nobody really. I mean, other than if we're talking about a different weight class, Terrence Crawford, right? Like, Terrence Crawford has definitely separated himself from everyone else. But as far as a lot of these other weight divisions, man, including the heavyweight division, I just feel like any one of these guys could win on any given night, given any type of circumstance. I know people probably writing off Rolly Romero, bro, but you put Rolly in with any of these guys on, like, bro, Rolly could catch someone the same way Ryan caught Devin. And that one punch can change a fight. And that's the reason why we watch, because we all know this stuff. We all know it only takes one punch. But, the boxing nerd in us is like, but it's never going to happen. And, we kind of outwit ourselves a lot of times. And I think that's what happened with this fight. Ryan just, he used his trolling. He used all these tools to conduct his own form of art of war against the Haneys. And it wasn't just against the Haneys, it was against all of us, the fans, the people that are watching. And it worked, bro. Crazy like a fox. Rebel with a Cause. Ryan Garcia. I like that dude. I like him.
And I guess I'll have another question on top, but I guess on the weight side, right? Obviously there is pros and cons. Like, there's an advantage for not having to make the 140 limit. I mean, like how Devin did. But the big concern, the big asterisk kind of gets removed when the other fighter agrees to it, right? It's like kind of like when Ryan agreed to the rehydration clause with Tank. Like, you agreed, you accepted it, and they made a big deal about the money. We're getting a lot of money for this, so we're cool with it. You're essentially paying for it. So it's there's the 3.2 pounds, regardless if you want to be very scientific about it. But they agreed. So once they got in the ring, they were cool with it. If Devin won, you know,
Yeah.
then it would have been like, hey, you know. So, but the only thing about the 3.2 pounds that I don't like is the bittersweet that Ryan didn't get to go home with the sexy green belt on his shoulder. So you called him the uncrowned. He's the uncrowned. He's the uncrowned champion.
And he will stay the uncrowned king no matter what division he fight. Ryan don't give a fuck about belts, bro. He don't. He's bigger than a belt. He's bigger than a belt. And that sounds odd. It sounds very disrespectful, just to the lineage of the sport and whatnot.
But it's true.
But it's true. But it's true. It's true. You know, I mean, you think, you know, every fighter wants to be a champion. And I do think, you know, when they're kids and they're growing up, they do want to be a champion. But once you start making that money, bro, man, you could keep them belts because belts cost money. Belts aren't free. You got to pay for them.
Hey, Ben, everybody wants a belt, but they want a bag even more.
Way more, right?
You know what's funny? Kaido, I'm going to start pulling up the chat a little bit. Kaido said Ryan got the sexy green in his bank account. So, you know.
That's the only sexy green he needs to worry about.
And you know what? If you're going to put an asterisk next to his W, then you got to put one next to Tank's. And that's just that. Because if you're going to play that game and say, well, he was overweight for the fight, which, again, for anybody confused, I was there. Devin looked about 155 to 160 pounds on fight night. So did Ryan. They looked the same size. And I mean, Ryan's a little taller, but I mean, as far as like body mass, nah. They were the same come fight night. And yeah, once two guys agree to it, they sign on the dotted line. I'm sure that 1.5 million, if that's what actually got paid, or whatever it was that he took, he was happy with that. That weight was not a factor.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's theoretically, that's how it should be. But you kind of already see the narrative post-fight, right? Like now it's
Devin,
like, right, like, oh, I want a rematch, but this time, you know, I want us both to make the same weight. And like, so, you know, I mean, I don't want to say it's an excuse, but it is an asterisk, even though both sides came to an agreement and said, hey, you know, I'll take the money, yada, yada, yada. That sounds great if you win, but if you lose, then you're going to be like, nah, fuck that. That's an asterisk on that win. I want that get back. So, yeah, it's crazy, man, this sport, this boxing. I think I even tweeted that a few hours before the fight, the theater of the unexpected. I think, who was that said that? Was it Merchant? Larry Merchant? It truly is a theater of the unexpected. Truly is. And that's why we watch. But man, shout out to all the Ryan Garcia fans. I'm sure there's a few in here that are probably watching. Shout out to all.
Look. And it's not to kind of like shit on the boxing pundits because we fall into the category of it, right? But the majority of people did not think fighters, writers, reporters. I mean, even me trying to think in the top of my head, who did I know had Ryan Garcia winning, not supporting, right? Because Canelo was supporting, right? He didn't really, but winning, like actually breaking down. And but the chat did, right? Like he said, like Ryan said, God did. The chat did, and the chat had like 60-something% Ryan Garcia fans. So with the popularity that he already has, right? And clearly he won the fight. You know, all the boxing snobs or the people who you're the purists, right? We got it wrong. What happens now with Ryan? Who does he fight? Where does he go? Like, what direction does he go from this fight?
Chat, dude.
Ryan is going to be the cat. He's going to be the catchweight king. Ryan will be the catchweight king.
Damn.
No, I think Ryan will probably. He said it. I think he'll call himself a welterweight now for his next fight. But I think, you know, honestly, bro, look, I put a poll on the chat. Who's the face of boxing, right? I gave 3 options plus a fourth and other, but the 3 options I put were, ironically, the 3 names that Floyd Mayweather said were, you know, the biggest in the sport: Canelo, Gervonta, Ryan Garcia. Right now,
damn,
Gervonta Davis, 37%. So whether it's true or not after this performance, I don't know. We'll see. But I do think Ryan Garcia has, after that performance, I think he has elevated himself to at least on the same level as, I mean, Ryan probably feels like he's above it, but if you think Gervonta Davis is the face of boxing, I think Ryan is very, very close to that. Even the numbers, I mean, Tank 37% and Ryan 32%. So even the numbers are close. I think Ryan's in a position now. He was always in a position, honestly, to do whatever he wants to do, bro. So if he wants like a big, super mega fight, then obviously the one to make is the Tank rematch. Like by hook or by crook, they got to figure out a way, some kind of catch weight or something. And let's go. God did. Let's go get this money, because that is the biggest money fight out there. Now, if Ryan wants to be, a little career savvy, right? And maybe, I don't want to say milk, but basically milk some fights and get, some extra paydays out of it, then he could probably sit around and wait for like the winner of Adrian Broner, Blair Cobbs, which sounds absolutely ridiculous, because who was really checking for Adrian Broner and Blair Cobbs prior to yesterday, right? Like, whatever, who cares? But both of those guys have such a mouth on them, and they just bring an entertainment value to an event that, Ryan Garcia on the other side of that, they could probably make some good money out of that. I mean, it's not going to be mega fight, it's not going to be Tank money, but they could probably make some good money out of that. So I think the question really for Ryan is, how long you want to keep boxing? Because if you don't want to keep boxing long, if you want to get out in the next 2 or 3 years, then the answer is, let's just go for the big fights. Let's go for Tank. Let's go for Tio. Let's go for, who else? I honestly don't even think there's a big fight at 147.
Just stay away from Duran Ennis. Just stay away from Duran.
It's not a big fight. That's not a big fight.
Just stay away from it. You don't get nothing out of that. It's a tough fucking fight. You'll lose that fight.
Exactly.
You'll lose that fight.
Or shit.
This is why I'm saying he's gonna be the catchweight king, because what the fuck, like 147, Ryan? I don't know. You're great, and I can definitely see him being other 140s, but one bridge too far for me.
Bud Crawford.
Him versus Bud Crawford
to make some money.
He called him out.
Make some money.
He called him out.
It's over.
He called him out.
He did. Guess what?
What? What are you telling me?
Get that money, but get that L at the same time.
Listen to y'all. Y'all sound like Devin Haney fans. Y'all sound like Devin Haney fans.
Get that money.
Sound like a realist.
Because he gonna get that money and he gonna get that L. So set it up.
Yeah,
I would love to cover
haters
versus Ryan Garcia.
Haters.
I like Ryan.
Listen.
Big L. Big L.
Haters. That's what Devin Haney fans said. That's what Devin Haney fans said. Big L. Big L. And what happened? Three knockdowns.
They gotta wear
3 knockdowns.
I love you, Devin. Devin, you're the man.
Give me a red one. Give me all the colors, because you ain't gonna get through Terrence Crawford and Duran Ennis. I want the whole clothing line lineup. The jumpsuit, the pants, the hat. We gonna complete it. He ain't
bro. That's what Devin Haney fans said, and Ryan Garcia hit them with 3 knockdowns and the W. 3 knockdowns and the W, bro. I'm just saying. This is why we watch. This is why we watch.
I would love to see it. It'd be terrible for Ryan.
Why? You think so?
Oh, come on. Why? Ben, you know why. But if you want me to tell the fans, sure. Why? Because fucking Bud's IQ is next level. Because Bud's going to see everything Ryan's doing before the fight starts. Because Bud got 2 hands and can switch stances and can move like a motherfucker. Stop it. Listen.
You sound like Devin Haney fan. You sound like a Devin Haney fan.
No, I sound like a Bud Crawford fan, and I'll take that. But listen, that is crazy. That is crazy. Hey, face of boxing though. Yeah, Gervonta Davis, cool, face of boxing. But I think you got to have the skills and the clout and the circus. Gervonta, I'm not saying it's got to be bad. When I say the circus, I don't mean you have to be involved in bad things, but you got to have Floyd was involved. Floyd had a circus around him. Floyd was barely. I know some of you nuts will write some crazy shit in the chat, but listen, Floyd, yeah, he had some controversy. But for the most part, he just had a lifestyle. That was his circus. Ryan's got a circus around him. I don't know, man. I don't know how much longer you can say Gervonta's the face of boxing with all the shit that Ryan's doing. I just don't know.
Wow. 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 I mean, look, I do agree. I do feel like, if you're the face of boxing, you got to give a reason for people to want to watch you. And again, I know, knockouts sell. That's great. People are definitely going to watch for knockouts, but what happens in between the knockouts? Like what kind of personality do you have? What kind of character do you have? And Ryan seems like the type of person that can do that 24/7, 365 all the time, bro. Like he seems like when Ryan Garcia is around, you're going to want to make sure your cameras are ready to record because you might get something hot. And I feel like that's kind of what you're getting at, Kevin, when you talk about the face of boxing, right? I don't even know if we get that with Canelo, right?
Nope.
Like,
nope.
I like Canelo, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like a lot of people don't really. Well, I don't want to say a lot of people. I know where I live. Some of the Mexican restaurants that I frequent. My wife is Puerto Rican, so we go to a lot. Not that that's not that there's Puerto Rican has anything to do with Mexico, but we don't have a lot of Puerto Rican spots around here, so we got to go someplace for rice and beans. But a lot of those guys that work, they don't really like Canelo. They feel like he's a little arrogant, or he comes off like he's arrogant and doesn't have that like working man feel to him. But I don't really think it's arrogance. I think it's just kind of like a little swag that he got. I think it's kind of like, I've been doing this for a while. You know what I'm saying? I've been whipping everyone. I've been getting that paper. Of course, I'm the face of boxing, baby. I think he just has like, that's his swag, right? So I do think he has personality, but it really hasn't started to come off until he started speaking English, which was late in his career, right? Like that's just within the past couple years since COVID, I think. So the past 3 or 4 years. But Ryan, bro, man, I'm telling you, this past 7 to 8 weeks, bro, I am so exhausted from keeping up with Ryan Garcia, bro. Every single day is something new. It's something new. Sometimes it's, wild stuff. Sometimes it's interesting stuff. Sometimes it's valid stuff. You just never know what you're going to get. And I think that's kind of, that's why people tuned into Floyd, I think. They tuned into those 24/7s and whatnot just because they never knew, what are we going to get with this guy? He's going to give us something. And I think that means a lot when you talk about the face of boxing. But, nowadays it's all about, well, who's making the money and this, that. I mean, it's always about who's making the money. But I do feel like, even with Canelo, bro, I feel like, yeah, he's making the money, but it depends on who he's fighting. Like, it's not like he's just showing up and it's like, I'm Canelo, tune in. Nah, bro, like you're Canelo and you got to be fighting someone. Like, I'm not buying. Huh?
Take out the C for circus and just replace it with country. When you look at that face of boxing equation, right? Skills, clout, circus. With Canelo, he's got the skills and he's got the clout, but he's got the country, right? He's got a whole country behind him.
Yeah, but so did Pacquiao. For sure, and that's why he sold. Yeah, but I never really considered Pacquiao the face of boxing. Never.
Not even once. At no point.
No.
I don't know. I think he had his moments.
I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't entertaining, but I never looked at him as the face of, not while Floyd Mayweather was fighting. No, hell no. Man, Floyd Mayweather might still be the face of boxing today. If I'm keeping it 100, if I'm keeping it 100, he might still be the face of boxing today. But yeah, man, I get it. Having a country, that's important. Selling, that's important. But if you don't have a personality and you can't get people to tune in, then what are we talking about? I mean, some of these fighters.
I don't know, man. Like that David Benavidez fight might kind of get the whole boxing world to turn a little bit. Don't you think? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that's because it's a fight that we want. It's not because it's his personality, right? It's not because I'm tuning in because it's like, oh, I got to see what Canelo's going to do. Nah, I want to see if Canelo's going to beat this guy that all these reporters have crowned the monster and he's so tough and he's this and he's that. Like, bro, like we say that about all these dudes. Devin Haney was that at one point, and now he's not. Like we say this about all the guys until they're not. So yeah, I do. I just think you got to have some kind of personality, and a lot of these fighters, they just don't care about that shit. I think Ryan does care about that. I think Ryan does. He does care about what fans think about him, and he does care about putting himself out there to the fans. I think that's what a lot of fighters should take note from Ryan. I'm not saying do it the same way that he does it, right? Like there's some stuff that he does that I wouldn't do. But there are effective, it's 2024, bro. All kinds of social media, all kinds of platforms, all kinds of ways to reach your fans other than just waiting until fight week and showing up at a press conference. That's not going to get it. That's part of the problem with boxing right now. Boxing's floundering because we don't have a lot of stars. That's why the UFC is a little more successful at that, because they have a machine that is very good at taking fighters and turning them into stars and putting their personalities on display. Boxing don't really have that, man. It's very fractured. We have different companies with different fighters, and it's just a very privileged environment over here in boxing that I think a lot of people take for granted.
Now, real quick, there's one thing that we didn't touch on. I know that we've kind of went in the Ryan Garcia direction. Many options, right? We were talking about Boots and Crawford and Tank, but what direction does Devin go? Essentially, to I guess rebound and kind of get back. What option does he have? Because he's still the WBC champion. That's what Mauricio Suleiman says. By all means, he didn't lose his belt on the scale. Even though he did lose the fight, he was able to keep it, just like Corrales Castillo too. So.
Well, listen, that was a tough fight. So I think he's going to need a tune-up. I hate to say tune-up. That's kind of a disrespectful word. But I don't think he should be in another tough fight, meaning someone like Subriel Matias. Like, fuck that.
Stay away. Stay away.
I'm not saying he can't beat him, but I'm just saying that's a tough fight, right? Like Teofimo Lopez, that would be a tough fight. Sandor Martin might even be a tough fight at this point. That was a hard fight for Devin. A lot of punishment that was doled out. So get him a tune-up, get him, someone that's not a big puncher, and just get his feet back under him. And then after that, maybe take up Adrian Broner. I know Adrian Broner went on Instagram today to call out the loser of last night's fight, not the winner, not Ryan Garcia, but the loser, Devin Haney. But I think that's because they have a little personal beef, with Bill and everything. But shit, man, I'd tune in for that. Devin Haney versus Adrian Broner. And I think Devin would be highly favored to win that fight. Again, it depends on what happens with Broner and Blair Cobb. But did I say Cobb, like corn on the cob? Blair Cobbs. But I think that's kind of the direction I would be looking if it were me. I don't think I would want to really just jump in there with another killer. That sounds weird. Another killer. Another killer, meaning Ryan Garcia is a killer. Yeah, it was just, that was a tough fight for him. So you need a nice little bounce back fight. So that's kind of the direction I would go with him.
We lost Kevin for a second because the layout.
Oh, his Wi-Fi. Yeah, his Wi-Fi is probably he's driving.
Okay, let me see if I can get the 2 cam, because
I think he's. Oh no, his Wi-Fi just went out. So yeah.
Okay, I'll keep it. Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, he's here and here, but okay.
Right.
Let me
Right. What is the chat saying? I haven't even bro. I've just.
Yeah, let's get the chat involved. I'm gonna fix this really quick Zoom layout because you're a little off-centered.
That's cool.
There we go.
Cool. Fixing stuff on the fly. That's how we do it. FightHype, bro. We're always grinding. Always.
Oh
grinding.
wait. Yeah, he's out. So. All right, cool.
Dude, I saw Monica. At one point I saw Monica in the chat. She posted a link to thing, and I got nervous. I thought it was a link to a tweet of a video. I thought I was gonna have to run and make a video real quick or something when I saw it, but I think she was just posting a GIF or a meme.
Yeah, and I guess going into the chat a little bit, right? Oh, there you go. KG's back. You
Oh,
know,
he's back.
we all have diverse opinions and thoughts on here, right? Just a collective groups of mine. I'm a huge Inoue fan. I've been covering Inoue from back in the day. I had to stay up on Wednesdays on Fuji TV and stuff like that. So everyone here, we collectively cover every single fighter, have all different perspectives. So at some point, if there's someone in the chat that feels one way, someone disagrees with it here, but also agrees with you. So I definitely say that Inoue is a guy who, quote unquote, doesn't have the personality per se, but that boy packs out Japan like no other. Just different cultures, right? I think in America,
well, it's in his defense. He probably has a personality over there.
Yeah, and
right?
that culture, like the personality fits.
Right. I ain't mad at it. But
in America,
the face of boxing has to kind of transcend all countries. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm not even going to touch that. I'm not trying to get into.
Well, that's another day. That's another day. I just saw a little couple in the chat, KG, that we all have different perspectives. But go ahead, KG.
No, I know you said you didn't want to touch on it too much, but I guess my question is, and I'm curious about this, not do they have to be American, but does the face of boxing need to speak English? Does the face of boxing need to speak English?
I don't, it's not necessarily that they need to speak English, but I do think if you're the face of boxing, you need to, I feel like you need to be able to, relate to a lot of countries, one of which also being America, right? Although, bro, you can make an argument boxing's not even as big in America as it is in a lot of other countries. So you can make an argument that America's kind of right. Like you can make an argument that America's kind of irrelevant when it comes to the face of boxing. So there's a lot of ways you can look at it, but
kind of backing up real quick though, because I know I cut out. I'm sure you guys spoke about Devin's future and him taking. I heard you a little bit, Ben, talking about him taking Adrian Broner or something like that. We could talk about all the ways he could go. I could tell you, in my opinion, the ways he should not go, right? And I'm sure you probably touched on this, but I don't know. I don't want to see Devin in there with any of those champions at 140 until he faces a couple guys in between. I think it'll only help him. Because looking at a guy like Pitbull coming forward, Subriel, Tio, than they did 24 hours ago. It looks so much crazier now.
I'm not going to do Devin like that. At the end of the day, I do think, I just think he needs one tune-up just to get another W under his belt. Just get a win, shake the taste of, Ryan Garcia's left hook out of his mouth and, just get that confidence back. And then I wouldn't have a problem with him going after the champions. I'm not saying he'll win, but he might not lose either. You know what I'm saying? So, get that paper too. He got a goal too. He ain't trying to fight, a list of bums for a little bit of money. He want that bank too.
Yeah.
So yeah, just one tune-up I think is fine. And to be fair, because I don't want anybody. I don't want no phone calls. Sometimes when Ben Thompson talks, he starts getting phone calls from upset fighters or promoters or managers or trainers and whatnot. So I was not saying Adrian Broner and Blair Cobbs are tune-ups. I was not saying that at all. I was just saying Devin gets you a tune-up, and then maybe after that fight, you can go, let's go dust off Blair Cobbs or Adrian, the winner of that fight, or even the loser. Who knows? If it makes money, it makes sense. But just do something like that, I think. But
I've seen some people bring up Derek James, right? Does Derek James, Natter says, does Derek James get respect on his name? He was taking a lot of slander, right? That's another storyline in this fight, right?
I think the thing about Derek James, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, because you were there and you were feeling the energy. I think, at least for me, when it came to Derek James, I just kind of, his non-interviews and his non-talking, I think almost kind of paints a worse picture than what it is. Because I know as Ryan was going through all that stuff, Derek was never, he wasn't doing interviews, and he wasn't really around. He was just kind of in the dark, and that's kind of the type of person Derek is anyway. But when you have a fighter who is, well, I don't know, because I've never trained a fighter, so I can't really say. But just from the outside looking in, if I had a fighter who was kind of being attacked, right, from different, media or fans or this, that, and the other, constantly saying, oh, he's crazy, he's this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. Me personally, I think I would have wanted to help out the situation and just be on some, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Ryan's taking it seriously, blah, 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 blah. I didn't watch a lot of interviews from Derek because I don't know if he did a lot of interviews, but I just didn't get a sense that he ever really did that. But, neither did anyone from the team, to be honest. It's not like Henry, his dad, was out there. It was just kind of like the Ryan show. And maybe that was by design. That could be by design. Maybe Ryan had them maybe he didn't want them saying anything. Like, just don't say anything. I got this. But it's just sometimes, you see some of the videos that were coming out. Derek he'd just be sitting in the corner with his hand on. He just looked like he was over it, which again made it seem worse. But again, maybe that was part of the master plan. Maybe this was all plot. Maybe Ryan was like, yeah, just look like you're irritated, Derek. Just look like you're frustrated. Like, don't worry about it. I want them to think that. Like, maybe it was all the master plan by Ryan. I don't know. I can't even call it. But I do think Derek, I know what you're talking about. Like, people were like, oh, he's washed up. Ryan's going crazy. All he's got left is Frank Martin. Errol Spence left him. Anthony Joshua's not with him. He was catching a little bit of flack, I do think. But after this win, I think, they need to put some flowers back on him, man. Because a lot of people were doubting, me being one of them. I was just kind of like, dang, are they even training together? Because I didn't know. But like you said, Kevin, I mean, I feel like I saw some improvements in Ryan for this fight.
Yeah, here's my take on it, right? And like you just said, I don't think it's exclusive to Derek. I think it's to everybody. And this is the vibe I was getting. You ever have a friend who's like gonna have a fight? Like, you go back to like childhood days, right? You got that friend, he's about to have the fight with that guy, and you don't feel like he's gonna win. So like, you just kind of like, yeah. But then he goes and he knocks him out. You're like, this is my guy, right? That's my guy, right?
Yeah.
And that's the vibe I got from everybody. It's like, and look, I'm not saying that as a pointed statement or a shot. It's hard, right? When you're dealing with somebody and you're managing them, you're working with them, you're promoting them, and they're doing the kind of things Ryan did, it's probably not easy. I mean, but you would expect somebody to go out there, grab the microphone, right, and emphatically defend him. Nobody did that. I didn't see that from any. Listen, Ryan's a really good dude. He's going through a lot. Yeah, he said some crazy shit, but we want all of you to know we got his back. I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. And if I'm being honest, this is just my opinion. It may be worth zero. I don't know if Derek and Ryan would have been together. Ryan would have lost post-fight. I don't know if that relationship would have continued. I think the win breathed life into their partnership, and it breathed life into Golden Boy. But I think everybody was ready to go somewhere else if this didn't work out. I'm not saying Golden Boy moves on from Ryan. He's a cash cow regardless. But like the level of that's my guy and we're so proud of you, and and Oscar bigging him up and all this stuff, I didn't see that energy pre-fight. They said some things. I'm not gonna say they didn't say anything, but it wasn't like they weren't going out on a limb to say we're with Ryan. Nobody. But he won, and now everybody showed up. I guess that's how life works sometimes. But yeah, that's my take on it. Him and Derek, I don't know what the relationship would have been like had Derek and him lost this fight.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah,
now,
that's how I felt.
Real quick, we got a $5 super chat from Matt. Appreciate it. Bergenson, hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Congratulations to Ryan Garcia for his Ali versus Liston moment in boxing. The similarities to Ali's upset is staggering. Give Ryan his flowers. He's elite.
You know what? Just really quick, piggybacking off that, did either of you watch what Jim Lampley said in that interview that I loaded up to the site yesterday? Jim Lampley, if you didn't hear it, and for the fans who didn't hear it, and those of you with us, Jim Lampley said, I don't know if I could buy into it too much, But he said that Ryan Garcia is now on a trajectory to be the biggest star in boxing since Muhammad Ali. Since Muhammad Ali. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of, I don't want to say disrespectful, but
kind of.
Well, a little bit.
Well, I mean, there's a fighter that also in between this quote unquote Ryan and Ali speech. I mean, couple, right? Not a Mike Tyson, not a Floyd Mayweather, not a De La Hoya, not a, like, you know,
Ryan just gonna bypass all them.
Jeez, even Canelo, like.
I mean, technically, what he's saying isn't invalid. I mean, he just said he's on a trajectory. He didn't say he was gonna reach it. He just said he's on a trajectory to be that big. But I don't think anyone's gonna be that big. Like, that's just a special, once in a lifetime, once in a generation person, human being, right? But you can kind of see where, listen, I remember interviewing Ryan when he was a lot younger, maybe 7 years ago, and at the time, he was making statements like that, like, I want to be this generation's Muhammad Ali. Like, I want to take a stance on something. Like, I want people to remember me the same way that they remember Muhammad Ali. So you can kind of see where over the course of the past 7 years, since he told me that, he has found his cause, right? Free the children, like, he has his cause that he's willing to die for, right? Like, he's standing for it. He's saying what he believes in it. He's putting as much information out there as he wants to. And again, not to compare that to what Muhammad Ali was standing up for. But in this day and age, it's something, it's something. And, I do believe that's what he wants. So I understand what Jim Lampley is kind of trying to get at when he says that. But I don't hear. It's settle down there, Jim. Settle down. Like, it ain't that serious. He just beat Devin Haney. For all intents and purposes, like, we don't even really know what Devin Haney is. I know of course, his dad has crowned him, and his fans, oh, he's the next this, the next that, and we do that for all of today's fighters. Teofimo, Shakur, like we've crowned them all, like, oh, he's the best, ain't no one beating him, yada yada yada, until they actually start fighting each other, and then they start beating each other, right? So we're just now at the point where they're finally starting to fight each other. So let me see how that all shakes out. I mean, thus far, yeah, what Ryan has fought, Tank and Devin, right? Tank has fought Ryan. That's it. Tio has fought Loma. That's it, really. I mean, I guess you can. I mean, I don't want to slight George Kambosos. I don't want to slight him. He's fought George Kambosos. But to be fair, I don't think anyone saw, like, oh, George Kambosos is that elite fight. I don't think anyone saw that coming, right? So they're all fighting each other just now. We're starting to see some of them take losses. I mean, Tio lost to Kambosos, who lost to Devin, who just lost to Ryan Garcia, who lost to Tank. So, there's a lot of fights still to be made before I'm ready to be like, oh yeah, he's that dude or he's that dude. But I like what I see so far, man. I like that they're finally starting to fight. I hope eventually one of them gets Shakur Stevenson up in the mix, because I do think Shakur Stevenson has crazy skills and is going to be a problem for all of them. But that doesn't mean he beats them all. It does not. It doesn't mean that any of, like, bro, it's so hard to staying undefeated is not a real thing. Like, it's not. Fantasy. It's not. And nobody, again, a lot of people like to slight Floyd, like, it's his fault. It's his fault that fighters don't want to fight because they all want to stay undefeated. Nah, bro. Listen, first and foremost, don't nobody want to lose. Nobody wants to lose, bro. Like, ain't nobody going into a fight saying, I'm going to make this fight because I'm okay with losing. Nah, bro. They're making the fight because they think they're going to win that motherfucker. Right? So so this concept of losing the O, it's just it's strictly a business thing, bro. There's different businesses, there's different factions, there's different companies. All those companies have different goals, different talents, different fights that they can make. And a lot of times that just means they're not going to work together, and it takes longer to get the fights that we want.
Now,
But
real quick, there's two super chats. Matt, again, appreciate $5 super chat. Matt Borgerson. Ryan's already known around the world with the internet. With the internet people, they know Ryan globally. And then the other super chat from Rathboy,
globally,
$2 super chat. He asked a question: can there not be more than one face of boxing?
no, there's only one face. There's only one face. Otherwise, we'd be talking about the faces of boxing. So no, there's only one face of boxing. I mean, obviously there can be a lot of stars in boxing, but there's typically only one cash cow. But the other comment about Ryan being known is he a global star? Is he? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Is he known like that over in Japan or Russia?
I mean, maybe this fight, even though regardless of the magnitude of fight didn't reach to the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, obviously they knew a little bit from that fight, but there was a lot of headlines that kind of crossed into different media outlets. So maybe at some point,
In America,
true, and maybe like the countries that cover boxing, like UK and stuff like that. So yeah, you might raise a good point. I don't know.
I don't know if he's a global superstar. That's a bold statement. It's hard to become Canelo, I think, is a global superstar for sure. Gervonta Davis, I don't know if he's a global superstar. I mean, I know he's fought over in England. I know, yeah, but the global superstar, that's such a oof. I only think there's a couple in every decade. I think a lot of fighters never make it to global superstar status. There's a lot of fighters, bro. We got fighters right now who think they're crossover stars, but they're not. They're not. I don't. Ryan might be the only one who's even close to being when I say crossover star, I mean like where casual, your grandma might know who it is, or you know, Joe Bob, who hasn't watched boxing since Mike Tyson fought, will know, oh, I know that Ryan Garcia kid. He's pretty good, huh? Like, there's only so many of those. But as Jim Lampley said, he's on the trajectory to become that. So we'll see.
We got another super chat from Matt Bergeson. I hope I'm saying it right. Just tell me if I'm saying it right, because if I keep saying it wrong, I'm going to feel terrible. So you got to correct me. But he says, also hot take. $5 super chat. I see Ryan stopping Shakur in their matchup. I think Devin and Shakur have similar flaws that Ryan would take advantage of. What do you guys think about that?
I'll go on that one first. No way. they're two different fighters.
Wow, you sound like the Devin Haney fans, bro.
No, I'm talking about Shakur.
I know, but listen, man. Kevin, I'm gonna need you to put some respect on Ryan Garcia's name, bro. He just dropped Devin Haney 3 times, bro. Like, you can't keep saying no chance. You can't keep saying that.
But you got to understand what I'm saying no to. I'm saying no to the Devin Shakur comparison. Not that he can't get dropped. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. First of all, Devin was stepping to Ryan. Shakur ain't stepping to shit. Shakur's gonna make you step to him.
He might.
And he's gonna create space and distance. I mean, maybe, but did he step to Edwin De Los Santos? Edwin De Los Santos ain't no Ryan Garcia.
But he said he was injured. So he said he was injured. I'm gonna be on the defense on side, right? I'll play devil's advocate on the side. He was injured, right? I mean, you saw Tank was injured in Pitbull. He ain't stepped to him. He took a, he kind of took some step back. So when you injured, do you step when you're injured? I mean, tell me a time when a fighter's injured, one armless, and I'm gonna step to you. I'm just, I'm sure it's happened, but I need an example because it's not a lot of them, right?
I mean, you're right. He stepped to some of the guys before that. He stepped to Valdez. He stepped to Jamel Herring. I'm not saying Shakur doesn't do it. I'm just saying Shakur's smart enough to know when that's the thing and when that's not a thing. And Shakur fights on IQ more than anything. Shakur fights on creating distance, making you miss real bad, making it real hard to hit him. I don't think he'll make it that easy for Ryan. And his skills allow him to make it a lot more difficult than like a guy like Devin would. And I'm not saying Devin is levels below Shakur because he took a loss yesterday. I'm just saying their styles are way different. Shakur's whole style is creating space and making himself really hard to hit. I just don't see him being there for Ryan to hit as much. Could Ryan do it? Of course. Anything's possible. It's boxing.
Who can hit Shakur?
Now, real quick, Matt's having a great way of inserting himself in with the super chats.
Tio, to answer your question, Ben, go ahead.
No, okay. Yo, okay. We gonna get to that topic, but Matt inserted himself in the combo with another $5 super chat. So I gotta bless my man again. Shakur cannot perform like he did with De Los Santos. He has to prove he can swat. And I think a little typos. I'm trying my best. He has to prove he can sit with Ryan. He's getting dropped. Oh, he can't sit with Ryan, or he's getting dropped. I promise he will get chinned, is what he's saying. So he can't sit with him. He can't perform.
Which is what I'm saying, right, Matt? That's exactly what I'm saying. He cannot stay in there, and he's got better skills. He's got skills that work a little bit more effectively than Devin in order to keep Ryan at bay. Absolutely right. If he stays in there, yeah, he can touch the canvas just like everybody else.
I think
Ryan's got the power to put anybody on their ass. Go ahead, Ben.
I think that was kind of fun. When you said go ahead, Ben, that kind of reminded me of the Eden Rock dude. Back to you, Ryan.
Damn, Matt coming in right before bed. Matt coming in again. He wants to rebuttal. He's rebuttaling. So
Matt's debating. Matt's not liking your take. He's not liking your take, Kev.
Super chat. Also, we saw that Shakur likes to move straight back a lot defensively. Ryan has the speed and the punching output to catch them there. To catch him there, man. He can catch him. That's what.
Talk to him, Matt.
Come on, man.
Tell him, Matt. I don't even got to fight this battle. Matt got you, bro.
Well, Matt, I'm agreeing with Matt. Matt, just so you know, I agree with you. It's possible. I just think he'll make it more difficult.
No, he's saying it ain't possible is what he's saying. He's saying nah. So nah.
What's not possible? Hold on. What's not possible, Ron?
He's saying He's backing Ryan 100%. Like.
Oh, 100%.
He's saying no chance. He's saying no chance Shakur beats Ryan. I feel like you said the opposite.
And Pillsbury also did a $2 super chat. Oh, you're getting ganged up. $2 super chat. Pillsbury
gang.
Shakur is not ready. He's not ready. Skilled fighters, but not ready. Okay. I kind of guess he's kind of ganging up. I don't know what that, but he's ganging up on you, man.
Listen, bring it on. We appreciate it. Matt, look, you know what? If you think that Ryan's going to win 100%, I can't wait to see the fight because only time will tell. I don't agree. I think Shakur's got a hell of a shot to win that fight. But you're right about this. If he makes himself available to get hit, he can touch the canvas like anybody else. Absolutely.
Bro, that's supposed to be the next fight.
Supposed to, right? We'll see.
Man, Ryan, a man of his word, bro. He told Shakur. He said if I don't get tanked, Ryan already. He said if I don't get the tank rematch next, I got you, Shakur. So, that should be the next fight. We should find out next.
But what weight, right? Would it be 140, right?
140, 145.
Ooh, dang, that's a tall task, Shakur.
Shakur will do it. Shakur will do it.
I'm with it.
He'll do it. Shakur ready to fight all these dudes, bro. I actually disagree. I do think, in fact, I don't want to talk game plan really because but I do think Shakur can sit in the pocket with someone like Ryan Garcia. In fact, he might be a little safer, just right there and I'm right here. Like, let's keep the fight close because I don't what kind of inside game does Ryan have? I don't know.
And Shakur, one of Shakur's greatest gifts, you're right about that, man, because one of Shakur's greatest gifts is being there but not being there.
Yeah,
he's there,
bro.
but he's not there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I got Shakur. I'm right here. And Matt threw another $5 super chat, and he's saying, "I'm not saying there's no chance he won't win. This is boxing. However, if Shakur can't turn and use those talents, that hook will answer us." Well, I got Shakur, Matt. I'm just throwing a hot take. Give me a hat. I want a free children hat.
I will say Ryan do throw them hooks short. He do, he can shorten up them. Oh, he was looking for that chuck. He wanted to land that check hook so bad. He was hoping Devin would just jump in. He just wanted to just blast him with it, bro. But I don't know, man. That's an interesting fight. This is a very interesting fight. I know Shakur wants it. We'll see. We'll see if it happens. But I do think most people. Well, I don't know, Kevin. I do think most people. I think people would agree with you, though. I think a lot of people might lean towards. But I don't know, because Shakur's last performance, he didn't look that great. So,
but he was injured. Right?
But he was injured. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I gotta
see
one more fight. Let me see one more fight.
But hold on, X factor for me that I wasn't really thinking about, right, when we were talking about this. Mm-hmm. And Matt, this will add a little credence to your whole viewpoint on it. Is I wasn't thinking about this one thing. 145? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Shakur, I love you, but Ryan at 145 cracking like that?
Yeah, but they used to fighting. They used to fighting big dudes.
Shakur be sparring Terrence Bud Crawford.
How does that go? Ask Shakur, how does that go?
I mean, Terrence Bud Crawford. What's up?
Shakur said the last time he talked about it, he said it went pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I missed that one.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I forget who he did the interview with. He did an interview with somebody, but he said it was like tit for tat. Like, Shakur coming a man now. He ain't gonna just let Bud run him over all the time. Come on, man. Actually, not speaking of Bud, but earlier in the chat, somebody, I can't remember who it was.
Somebody said his Bud pound for pound?
No. Somebody said, what about Ryan versus Errol Spence?
Oh shit! Right before we switch topics, because Matt threw another fight on super chat, so
Matt's not letting it go.
He's not. He
on
said
your
Shakur
ass.
Injured. Said who? Shakur? Show us the medical records, or I'm calling BS.
I think there was some kind of proof that was put out, though. I mean, it wasn't medical records, but I feel somebody had posted a video of him in the locker room, like getting the hand examined or something. I can't remember.
Well, it's kind of like the way he hugged was kind of like
he was
it was evident.
Weird, awkward hug.
It was evident, though. It was evident. He wasn't throwing the hand. I think it was pretty evident, but you never know.
You never know.
Going back to your top, you said that's interesting. Errol Spence. The order would be Ryan Garcia versus Errol Spence, right?
Ryan Garcia versus Errol Spence. The get back for the bet. Get back for the bet. Back in blood.
Oh.
The trainer, right? Derek James would be training Ryan, who allegedly has. I mean, I haven't got confirmation from either one of those guys, so I don't want to be spreading rumors and all this stuff.
Right.
But Ryan spoke on it and said that, they split. So that would be
over money. Whoa, Ryan put all the dirt out there. Damn. Crazy. Ryan speaking truth in 2024. That's great. Well, actually, I don't know if it's true. Ryan said he was weighing 141 too, and clearly that shit wasn't true.
Well, maybe he was, and then he kind of went out, got a couple drinks.
He was a solid one.
Pizza, put some pounds back on.
Did you see his face the day of the weigh-in, bro? He that man was probably, if he said 141, he was probably more like 161 when he said that.
Yeah, when I saw him, he was a size, bro. He was 160, bro. When I saw him on Tuesday, he looked big as shit.
Yeah.
Jacked.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. But I think that's an interest, bro. That's a good I might have to tell my friends at PBC. Let's see if we can do something with this. That's not a bad little scrap, bro. There's some drama.
But at what weight? Can Spence make 147? So you mean Ryan's gonna fight
150? 150, baby. 150. 150. Ryan said he spars dudes bigger than Pandora. It's nothing. Easy work. Light work. Let's go. God did.
Ramiro Perez, that was for you. I saw you in the chat. I don't think Spence making 147 either. So 150 it is. Okay. Be interesting.
150, bro. 150. Bro, Ryan was just looking 160. And probably still got that speed.
Yeah, but being 160 naturally and being, you know how boxing works, being larger than 160 and coming down is where the advantage is.
What's
I don't
Errol?
know.
What's Errol gonna weigh on fight night? What do you think he's gonna weigh on fight night?
170.
170. So Ryan be 155, 160. He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Yeah,
He'll be all right. You know,
We'll
Errol
see.
don't have a lot of special effects. You know, like it's not like, you know what I'm saying. Like
Hey,
Ryan don't have the speed advantage. And catch him with one of them left hooks. Bing! You saw what Terrence Crawford did to him. You better put some respect on Ryan Garcia's name.
Yo,
that's
chill.
Terrence
Don't put them in
Crawford.
the same sentence, please. Please don't put them in the same sentence. Not just
That's
yet.
Terrence.
Man, we don't even
Crawford.
know if Terrence Crawford is popping like Ryan Garcia.
Stop it.
You're gonna be popping them
Stop
uppercuts.
it.
You're gonna be popping them hooks. Hey, look. I'm with it. Make the fight happen, right?
Terrence Crawford's
I'm cool
very
with it.
strong.
Make
Terrence
the
Crawford's
fight
very strong.
happen. Cause I ain't gonna put no names out, right? I'm not privy, right? But I've seen him wrestle fighters above 160, 168, big known dudes, and he just you ain't nothing. World class guy. So
Matt's back in the super chat, Ron.
I see, man. Another 5, Matt. You gonna be an alumni at this point. We're gonna have to get you a golden seat here one day. Just bring you on the show, and you can
Make him a moderator or something.
If Ryan beats Spence, I can see Crawford versus. Let me read it. If Ryan beats Spence, I can see Crawford versus Garcia being the money fight Bud wants. Bud would murder Ryan, but it would still be a big pay-per-view draw. It's already right now because Madrimov is not
Murder?
the big.
He would murder Ryan? Now you starting to sound like a Devin Haney fan, bro. They were saying the same things, Matt. They were saying the same things. Devin Haney was gonna murder Ryan. You see what happened? God did. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Put some respect on him, bro. Ryan is, I'm telling you, man, he's what's his song? What's it called?
Blessed. Highly favored.
Highly
Real
favored.
quick, though. Real quick, Joe Dirt. I'm Kevin Garcia. I've been covering Fights Fight for the last year. You've been watching videos, a lot of content up on there. That's who I am to answer your question.
Oh no, Joe Dirt said who this guy. Okay, we can do a reintroduction, right?
Which
the middle
guy? Is he
the
talking
owner
about
of
you?
FightHype. The middle guy is the owner of FightHype, Ben Thompson, the one that allowed us all to get on here. I'm Ron Goodall. I've been covering here about 6 years or so, boxing for about 8-ish. And then KG, my man, fresh on the scene. You're gonna hear a lot about it. So that's the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, been covering fights for the last year, Joe. So if you've been watching us for the last year or longer, you've probably seen a lot of my content. But nice to meet you, bud.
Yep.
But no shade.
There's
There's new faces popping up, right? Because we don't do this. So this is really kind of the thing. So that's not a shot at you, and we're not taking a shot. It's just
No.
That's who we are. But
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kev. There you
go. Did we get to Matt? If Ryan beats, oh yeah, we saw that already. If Ryan beats Spence, blah, 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 blah.
But
Ryan beats Spence. He's beating Crawford too. Ooh.
Stop it.
I definitely would favor Terrence Crawford in that fight. He is probably the best pound for pound fighter in the world for the past since Floyd retired.
It says Angry Casual Fan, Mr. Fight Hype in the middle. That is him. And still Yaya. Ben, I see you at the fights and you always act funny with me.
Who said that? Who said that? They capping. They whoever that is, you capping. You never see me at the fights. Never. If you've seen me at the fights, tell me which one. Tell me the last one you saw me at. Because I know the last one I was at. And I don't think I saw and still Yaya there. So
he said I've been subscribed. She said I've been subscribed for years. I just never say anything. Oh, okay. She's just pulling. I think she's just pulling your leg. Like,
yeah, I know. It's gotta be because I don't be at the fights. I'm not there. I watch my fights right here. Boom. Perfect.
Right podcast in the building. Oh, shout out to Coach Calvin and everyone that does their thing, man. That's Team Tank.
Who's that? The Ride podcast.
They put the Ride podcast in the building. So Washington.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
So there's a couple questions, and I'm sure it said what happened to Sean. Sean put out on his Twitter, pretty much. So granted.
Sean who?
Sean Zattel.
Oh, Sean wants to run his own channel, so that's what he's doing. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Doing his thing on his own channel. What? How come I can't move my chat, bro? I'm trying to like.
It kind of. Yeah. I still says I'm just kidding, Ben. Yeah. You know.
I know, but
they gotta come. I mean, they got. This is their way to give you shit because they never.
They're on the first name. I know they on the first. I'm trying to figure out who that is now though. Like, on first name basis. Well, let me Ben.
Nick Kinney man. I'm not a fan of Canelo, but he's definitely the face of boxing. Would you guys agree or disagree? Is Canelo the face of boxing? Who is the face of boxing?
I think by default he is. I think by default he is. He has been the face of boxing, and I don't really think Tank or Ryan has really done enough to take it over. They haven't had enough big fights yet. I mean, Ryan's only had one big fight. I mean, this fight with Devin Haney probably didn't do that hot, if I'm being honest. I mean, if you had to guess well, I don't want to say it didn't do that hot because that's disrespectful. But I definitely don't think it did more than 500,000 pay-per-view buys. I don't think it did more than 4. I don't think it did more than 3. It probably did somewhere between 2 and 3. Possibly even less, man. I think, just judging from the gate, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know on the night of the fight, it was full, right? But the day before the fight, there were still a lot of tickets to be sold, and they weren't cheap tickets. They weren't like, $50 walk-up tickets. They were expensive. I mean, there were ringside tickets still available. So that just kind of lets you know. I mean, I don't want to say it wasn't a hot ticket, but it was like a lukewarm ticket. I think some of the stuff that Ryan was doing, although he'll say that he was promoting the fight, I think some of it kind of worked against them. I think because people were confused and just maybe thought he wasn't taking the fight seriously, I think it just kind of made them scared to pay for flights, right? Pay for hotels, right? To show up in New York, hoping that the fight wouldn't get canceled. I mean, bro, all the way up until fight week, all the way up to the weigh-in, I was like, damn, I hope they don't cancel this. Right?
I think every day that he was in New York definitely helped the ticket sales out for sure. There was a lot of doubt going into that week.
Right. Now, real quick, a couple things I have to get to. Minnesota Mix says, "What's happening, Fight Family? Good to see the face. It's the best channel in the world. Get Noonan Boy on here one day." Which we will.
That's a good idea. For the Kambosos Lomachenko.
Yep.
That's coming up, isn't it?
It is.
Is that in May?
Shout out my guy Nick. He was hitting me up last night. Boy, what up?
And then 2 super chats from Matt, the super chat king. I need to think of a nickname for you at this point. You got to get a golden mantle every time or something. He says, "I love you guys. Honestly, been a fan of FightHype for years. With or without Sean, you guys are the go to boxing info." Which, granted, we have a lot of people who, I guess you can speak a little bit more on that. And then we got one more super chat after. But what fight would be fun? Ryan versus Tim Tszyu. That would be a banger.
Say it again. Who? Ryan Garcia and Tim Tszyu?
Yes. Damn.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I like Ryan in that one. No, I don't know. I mean, Ryan at 154, I really think is a stretch. I mean, he says he could do it, but them dudes are big, man. Them dudes are big. And Tim Tszyu can crack. And so can Fundora. I don't think he really want to mess with him. But yeah. I was going to say something about that with or without comment, but. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Ron, is my camera working? I'm looking on the YouTube. I don't see it up. Am I doing something wrong?
No, I see you. You look good.
Unless the chat. Let me see. You good. I got the whole. I know you're driving.
My phone, then.
Yeah, I see you driving, so maybe that might be cutting out. But you good, live and clear. We can see you. The chat can see you.
Yeah, you look good.
Loma versus Kambosos is May 11th.
Yeah, May 11th. That's right around the corner, bro. So we got to get Noonan boy from down under. He's going to be doing his thing down there with his little team. So he'll be covering that for us.
Joe Dirt put, I don't know if this question was asked already, but you think a rematch would do better?
With Ryan and Devin? No. The first fight wasn't close. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't. Devin got beat pretty soundly. right? And Ryan missing weight, I just don't think is enough of a issue for people to wonder and be curious about, oh, can Devin get it done this time? So for me, nah, I don't think it'll do better. I really don't. Listen, it's hard for any of these fights to do good. Now in 2024, a pay-per-view event that does 500,000, 600,000, something like that, that's on par to doing 1 million pay-per-view buys back in
before the pirating era.
Right, like back in 2005, 2000, you know what I'm saying? Like back then, like nowadays it's so hard. Like I don't even think I think Canelo Munguia has a chance to make it to 1 million. Like they have a chance to make it to 1 million. But I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will. There hasn't really been much promotion. Munguia don't really talk shit. It's really, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like they'll get their country. They'll get Mexico. They'll get Mexican fans to buy it. It's Canelo. They typically buy Canelo fights, right? But I don't think it reaches 1 million, bro. I think Canelo Munguia is probably going to be a 700,000 pay-per-view buy, which in today's time, that's successful. That's like, holy shit, we made it to 700. We're good. Crawford and Bud, like what did they do? Crawford and Bud, Crawford and Spence. What did they do? 500,
600, yeah,
600. Yeah, that's what they tell us, 600. So I don't even know if it did that, bro. I think it did like 5. I think it did 4 and some change or something like that. You sure it's 600, or is that the Crawford fan in you saying 600?
That's the Crawford fan in me. Hey, yeah. If you're talking to me, Ohio, baby, headed to Ohio.
Damn.
You coming back home?
Yes, sir.
This is like a deeply Ohio. This is like Ohio.
Ohio runs boxing.
Yeah. So it was pun up.
Toledo, Cleveland, Natty. We in the building.
Yeah, the trifecta.
Damn, that's crazy.
That is crazy. That's kind of ironic. Yeah, what were we saying? Stop playing. Ryan's not ready for air. Oh, that's old. Yeah, my chat is running slow. I need to pop this sucker out.
Are you guys coming to Vegas in June? I'm assuming for a tank. I'll be at that one.
I'll be at Matias.
I'm going to Matias fight?
Yeah, I'll be in Puerto Rico.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt's back. I think the next fight Ryan should look. FightHype Super Chat. Look for his 147 is either Conor Ben or Mario Barrios. I think they are good tests and see how he messes. Did you guys see the Conor Ben Ryan Garcia tweet?
I did, bro.
And eat it.
Yeah, I did.
Yo, what a fucking comment.
He's comedy, bro. He's comedy. Yeah, I saw it, but then I totally lost interest as soon as Conor Ben typed the word wanker. Like, bro, I can't. I'm not a fan of the UK trash talk. I'm sorry. I just can't. The wanker and it's so
sausage. Your big dosa. Your big dosa.
Like I'm not. Yeah, that's not my thing. Yeah, it's just not my thing. The Rise podcast. Who's the Rise? Well, I just saw. And still Yaya. What are you talking about? The Rise podcast. I would love to do a collab with the Rise podcast. Get them some shine.
But I agree with Matt though. Those are great tests. Like I think either one. Mario Barrios, great test. If Ryan can do well there, then yeah, you can open it. Imagine Ryan just like waxes Barrios. I mean, then like Ryan Thurman, that's a fight. You know, it just gets interesting at that point.
Man, at that point, man, Thurman needs to get some fights in before he can come into Ryan Garcia sweepstakes at this point.
Ooh,
I mean, look, I got a lot of respect and love for Thurman, you know, but once upon a time, you were the man, and now the whole landscape has changed, right? And granted, I was really looking forward to the Tim Tszyu fight, right? But you didn't get that fight. You know, you were injured, and you gotta recoup, man. You gotta recoup. And I think for the fans, it's not what he wants, but to get me to want you fight Jaron Ennis. Boy. But that ain't happening. That ain't ever gonna happen.
You
And
even
you know
hit him
what?
with the boing.
Hey man, at this point, I think the boxing fan in me, right? Not the business, the boxing fan in me. It's like, man, fight Jaron Ennis. Fight Jaron Ennis. That's just me.
I mean,
That's the boxing fan. It don't make sense, right? He could fight all these other dudes, but
that sounds great if Jaron was still with PBC. But now that he's with Matchroom, man, you already know what we're gonna get. We're gonna get the speaking of Matchroom and Boots and Crawford. Kevin, I did take care of that press conference stuff. So once I get the info, shoot me his number. I'll probably give him a call tomorrow.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we'll have a discussion about that. But oh shit, I lost my train of thought.
no, we were talking about how in the boxing fan, I wanted Thurman to fight Boots, but Boots is with Matchroom.
Boots is with Matchroom. Boots is with Matchroom now, so that makes it difficult. I don't even like. Listen, man, I don't even like any of those fights, bro. I'm on the Ryan Garcia Express right now, bro. I'm like, let's get it. Let's get the money. Let's get the hot fights. Thurman's not a hot fight, I don't think. Conor Ben is not a hot fight. Although, go get the money, go to England. I get it. You can make a bag over there. That's not a hot fight. I want the hot fights, bro. I want him to go dust off Teofimo Lopez. Let's go. God did. Go fight Teofimo Lopez. Who else is there? Subriel Matias? That's not a hot fight. That's not a hot fight for me, bro. I want to see Ryan in hot fights. Who else? Who's at 147? Not Jaron. Again, that's why I'm like, fuck it. Crawford. Why not? Crawford.
It'd be great for Bud. It'd be great for Bud. It'd be great for Bud. I think
But
that's a fight that
Why not be?
De La Hoya ain't going to look. They got.
No, he don't want Ryan.
Golden Boy moved to Vegas. They
No,
revamped.
Oscar will want to put him in with Virgil Ortiz.
They got all this new refound glory. He's energized, moved to Vegas. He's taking over boxing. Now you got Ryan Garcia, cooking shit. He told Tank, we run the shit now. So he ain't gonna put him in no Terrence Crawford.
Who do you put him in with if you're Oscar?
Virgil,
because
like Ron said.
But I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll be honest with you though, bro.
I didn't say Virgil. He said Virgil.
But it makes sense. But I'll be honest. I felt like even prior to this fight, prior to the Devin Haney fight, even the Oscar Duarte fight, I felt like Oscar was trying to get Ryan beat. Like I felt like he wanted Ryan to lose. I felt like Ryan was being difficult for him, being very vocal about fights that he wanted, fights that he didn't want. I mean, at one point, Oscar was like, oh, yeah, Ryan versus Jose Ramirez is nearly done. And Ryan was like, fuck that. What you talking about? Fighting Jose Ramirez? Get out of here. So I feel like at one point, Oscar was kind of trying to get him beat. But now, and it sounds weird, but going into this fight, I almost felt like Oscar and Bernard were kind of on this. Yeah, we about to get him beat. We about to put him back in place. He keep talking this bullshit, trying to take us through this arbitration. We about to put him in his place. Devin Haney gonna beat him. We're gonna have an option on Devin. We'll get another fight with him. Maybe we'll do the rematch. Like I almost felt like they wanted him to lose, which is interesting if you consider some of the actions that the referee, Harvey Dock, was taking, trying to give Devin an opportunity to ref. Oh, that wasn't a knockdown. That was a slip. Might have been some promoter funny business going on there. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. Back to you, though. My man, Eden Rock. Nah, bro. I don't. Prior to this fight, I did not necessarily think Oscar was on some, no, I need to protect my cash cow, so I don't want to put him in these fights. But now that he's won this fight, is Oscar going to switch it up now? Is he going to be on some, you know what, I don't want to put my cash cow into this danger. I don't really want to make the Teofimo Lopez. I don't really want to make this fight. I would rather him fight. Let's do this Jose Ramirez fight that we talked about, Ryan. Let's get an easy one in. You know, is that the route that Oscar's gonna go? And is that the smart? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe that could be a transition of clout, right? Like you brought up Virgil Ortiz, so Virgil's team, Golden Boy, and has no problem, easy to work with. And he takes the mantle from Ryan, beats him after that. Then it's like, we still got it.
Virgil Ortiz ain't beating Ryan, the King Ryan Garcia. You better stop. You better stop. You better stop. I'm gonna have to get y'all off. I'm gonna have to bring, who's that dude on Twitter? The two colored, what's his name? Two stoned superstar, something like that.
Two-tone.
Two-tone, that's it. The musty energy. I'm gonna have to bring him in here. He is a diehard Ryan Garcia supporter, and I think he would agree with me. Virgil Ortiz is not beating the Ryan Garcia. We don't even know if Virgil Ortiz can make 154. He might not even make weight.
Hey, no, we got a celebrity in the house. One of my favorite people on planet Earth.
Frankie
cover a fight. Yeah. Oh damn! I was trying to build it up, man. You just
I'm
threw
sorry.
it in, man. You hit me with a You hit me with a quick Ryan Garcia left hook. Bing! Right before I was trying to set up the shot. Yo, real talk. At the end of the day, this man right here, Vilified Media Frankie, has been covering Ryan at like almost his infancy in this pro boxing game. Possibly even early, like in real talk. He's been covering Ryan for a long time, and so for him to kind of see Ryan get this big win, I mean, it has to mean something for him because he's really knows his family in and out. You know, I'm putting a little business out, but not too much. But it's like he's been in the Ryan Garcia coverage for FightHype for a very long time. So
for a long time, yeah.
So a lot of respect for him, man. He's definitely.
Yo, I think Frankie introduced, well, I don't know if I want to say he introduced him, but he definitely was there. I think Frankie was there the first time Ryan met Logan and Jake Paul. I think it was the first time meeting them. I remember Logan was doing some kind of influencer track and field day thing. And they had a bunch of influencers. I think they even had a porn star. I forget the girl's name. She's, damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. Not that I'm a porn star aficionado, but she's a pretty.
No Diddy.
Or maybe some Diddy, you know.
Wait, is it the when Andy Ruiz and all that stuff was?
Yeah, that thing. Andy Ruiz was there. I think that was the first time Ryan kind of linked up with the Logan Pauls and the Jake Pauls and this, that, and the other. In fact, I think Frankie was I think he literally was introducing them. I think he was like, Logan, this is Ryan Garcia, future superstar, big. I think he introduced them. If memory, we're gonna have to bring. I know you don't be doing the on camera thing. Maybe you can just turn your
audio,
your
only,
video
right?
off and just do audio only. And you know, it doesn't have to be today, but one of these days, bro, you're gonna have to jump in here and give the scoop. You got some good behind the scenes stories, especially on people like Ryan, man. There's stuff about, not stuff, but you know, there's a lot of Ryan's journey that, you know, people that just started following boxing since COVID, which is a lot of boxing fans, believe it or not. You know, they just missed out on a lot of the early years with Ryan Garcia. But they're here for the Express now, and I'm on it, baby. Let's go.
Minnesota Mix says, Ron and Kevin, you guys look shocked. Do you both think Devin? Absolutely. I can't speak for. I'm assuming you.
I did a little. I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like my prediction.
Oh, now
he's going underwater now.
Yeah, now we can't hear you.
But yes,
I should kick back in again.
Yeah. Hold on, I can hear you now. Well, maybe.
Yeah,
not.
I did. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I had Devin by decision. I'm not gonna bullshit you, but I did give Ryan a shot. Only one way. If he managed to put Devin on the canvas a couple times, he could build a points lead and win, and that's exactly what he did. So I thought that was how he would win, but it was unlikely. Man, did he prove us wrong.
Man, I didn't even think Ryan was gonna go the distance. I thought either he was gonna knock his ass out. So like, you low key kind of outboxed Ryan. His defense kind of was a lot sharper. Like, he technically, by all means, outboxed Devin Haney, right? So
yeah,
he was the better quote unquote boxer, you know. So
I should have texted Rolly. I should have tried to get Rolly in here. I'm slipping. I didn't even think of that. It just crossed my mind right now. I should have tried to get Rolly in here. How epic would that be?
I mean, or we just give him his own show. Like we Rolly Romero.
He don't need his own show. I mean, just bring him into
I'm
bring him in. I just meant to get his reaction because I don't think he's even
hit him up.
Hit him up. Anything.
We still on here.
True. Yeah, I don't think he said anything.
While you're doing, I'm gonna get some of the chats. Someone says Boots is overrated. Has fought nobody. Who has Boots fought? Exactly. We could have set up with Ryan Garcia until Saturday, right? I mean, you know, Boots not overrated at all. Boots sleeps Ryan Ortiz easy is the reason people ain't calling him out. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the clip. I'm sure you saw it, Kevin, where Henry and Eddie Hearn was like, "Man, fuck you."
I was in the hallway.
Oh, you were there? So what did you see? Like, tell us, because clearly we only
why
saw
wasn't your camera on? Oh, slipping.
Because I was recording Oscar on the other side, but he came around.
Gotcha.
So fucking nothing. Henry walked by. They were kind of like spread out behind the scenes, you know, in the back area of Barclays last night. So you had Oscar in one spot, Eddie in one spot, Bernard was running around somewhere. So I was just right around the bend, like interviewing Oscar, and I could just hear Henry on the side saying, "Fuck you, fuck Chris Algieri, fuck this person, fuck that person." He was basically like letting off his steam and all his pent up aggression towards the people who doubted his son. And Eddie got the brunt of it. But in the same fucking instance, he then apologized to Eddie. You know, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, they say. So in the same instance, he exactly. He fucking exactly. Thanks, man. He before he apologized, he was like, "Who you got next? We beat this guy. We beat that guy. We beat Duarte." You know, and then Eddie was like, "Well, I got Boots at 147."
Eddie G checked him.
Hey, yo, and the first thing Henry goes is like, "What about Pitbull? Pitbull ain't even with Eddie. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you
talking about, Henry?
Ain't no Pitbull." Like,
Eddie G checked him though. He was like, "How about Boots?"
and that, like they like to say, and at that moment is when Henry took a step back. He took a step back. He took a step back. Just being honest with you. Look, Ryan might be winning. Ryan's dad is not, because he definitely thought what he was about to say next and then apologized.
He did.
You saw that giant matchroom camera with the camera crew all set up. Like, go ahead, say it. Hey, man, all respect, man. Just, you know, good fight.
Yeah.
No cut, no promo, man. You know.
No, bro. Listen. Putting all the craziness aside, right? It's really a shame that fight probably didn't do bigger numbers. Because that was a really good fight for boxing. Like, I mean, it's a terrible fight for Devin. I know he's not happy about it, but if you've never watched boxing before, if you're a young fan, like, you know, say like the Jake Paul type fans or even the Ryan Garcia type fans, you know, the younger fans, what a great fight to watch, man. Like, that was, well, I don't want to say, you know, it wasn't a very technical fight, but you know, just knockdowns, just the energy. You know, it was fun. It was fun. I had a good time. Leading up to it, I didn't have a good time. It was very tough. Very tough to cover. But actual fight night, watching the fight, honestly, that's the first time in a long time that I've actually sat and watched the fight fully without working, right? Normally, when I'm watching the fight, even if it's the main event, I'm working on videos, I'm surfing, I'm looking for content, stuff like that. But this one, I put everything down and I was on the edge of my seat watching the whole time, man. It was fun. It was fun. Shout out to Ryan. Big shout out to Devin. You know, he's going to get lost in the shuffle because the focus is always on the winner. Devin showed, you know, great heart. I think you said that earlier, Kevin. You know, just even though he was put down several times, he still got up and was still trying to bring it to Ryan. You know, kudos to him.
And he cracked Ryan. And he did crack Ryan too. Let's not forget.
He did. He did. He was landing his share. He popped Ryan a couple times. I mean, you can see from the photos on Getty Images, man. It's like, as many shots of Devin getting hit, there's an equal amount of shots of Ryan's head being blasted backwards. So fun fight, man. Fun fight. Looking forward to their next fights. And we'll see what happens. But I do think right now, Ryan is the motherfucking man, and can't nobody tell him shit. So what would somebody say? Ryan left after the fight to do lines? Nah, he left to fucking do a couple blunts and 5 beers at a strip club. And you don't have to go to the strip club. He got the strippers at his suite in the hotel. Porn stars. I ain't mad at him.
No, Jake Paul needs to get KO next. Yo, that might be the next crazy.
Man, Jake might knock Mike Tyson out.
Jake
might knock Mike Tyson out.
He ain't knocking out the Mike Tyson I seen last night. Mike Tyson seemed like he's with all the bullshit.
Okay, again, that's the Devin Haney fans, man. They said the same.
Yo, stop lumping me in with the Devin Haney fans, okay? I respect Devin. If you want to associate me to somebody, let's get it on record. Terrence Bud Crawford.
Yeah, I know Terrence Crawford's your guy.
Real talk, because I've never had this conversation with you. So he was in my video with the Canelo dog moment, right?
Yeah, that's where y'all. That's where we all linked up. Basically, was from that. What was that? Was that the going away?
No, that was
thing?
essentially starting like the go away
camp. The camp send off.
The send off.
Camp send off. Yep, Terrence Crawford camp send off. I think you were like one of the only media people there.
Yeah.
And then there's this Kevin dude who was rock. What were you like in some kind of like jersey or something like? Kobe, suited and booted, and yeah, that's where it kicked off.
I mean, I could play it. I could play it for the chat. the infamous.
Kevin's like, no, don't play that.
Hey, but that was a cool. That was a little cool little moment though. Like, and I'm gonna be honest. This is how fickle boxing fans is. Not Omaha, but the send off was like a little thing at the B&B Academy, yada yada, right? It had all the local vendors and stuff, whoop-de-woo, all that stuff. But once he won the Spence fight, that shit was a full-blown legitimate parade. Like the whole city came out, like the shit looked like a Million Man March. Like that shit was crazy. And so I feel like if Ryan Garcia had like a hometown thing, maybe Ryan Garcia might have a little showing in Victorville, wouldn't you think?
Fuck no. Ryan's too big for that. He's too big for that. Ryan too big for that. Ain't nobody got time to go back. You know what I'm saying? Like Ryan in Miami at Live. That's what he doing. He popping bottles. What are you talking about? Hey, look, Andrew G said. Look, Andrew.
Ryan's on Plug Talk with Adam 22 right now.
Look at me on my small time hero story.
No Diddy. No
Diddy.
Yo. Look, Andrew G said he was the first fighter to smoke, drink, and miss weight and still win. Sign me up for the Ryan Garcia 8-week camp. Yo,
I don't know. Mayorga, Mayorga out here, he was smoking in the ring. You know what I mean?
Bro, who knows what Mike Tyson was doing for fights? Like, come on, man. Like Mike Tyson was a wild.
Yo, hot topic because I'm thinking about fucking B&B, which you're right, Ron, is where we met. Feel free to play the video. I don't care. It's a funny video. But yo, Steven So-Called Nelson, what the fuck happened there?
No,
I don't even
know the details on that.
It sounds like a sketchy, not on hit. Like it sounds like it's not what it appears to be. Like I saw something about it, like his car was stolen and he was going to get it back. Listen, man, if you steal some of my shit, I feel like I got the right to get it back by any means necessary.
And I don't know what the situation, how it came about. It could have been very life-threatening. So at the end of the day, I won't focus on what I don't know. He didn't really speak on it, and so at the end of the day,
Yeah, I'm not.
Unless it's brought up in a fight, right? Unless Steven Nelson's fighting Edgar Berlanga and Edgar's bringing that shit up as some sort of fight buildup or something, then but right now it's a pointless thing. It's almost.
I don't know anything about it, but it does. It's crazy to see him in the headlines, man. That sucks.
Word,
I
word.
know Bud was trying to get him a fight with somebody. He was calling out somebody
Edgar
for him, right?
Berlanga, man. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, was it Berlanga? That's
Yeah,
Berlanga,
so
that's
if
right.
it was Edgar Berlanga bringing up like a fight build up, any kind of like the Ryan No Diddy, right? Or the Diddy stuff, then we have kind of some credence, to talk about. But right now it's just it's really kind of irrelevant to anything. But I did see it, and I don't know anything about it.
Right. Right.
But boxing's crazy, man. Ben always calls it the microcosm of life, right? So
Microcosm of life, man. Microcosm of life. Yeah, crazy. What is the next fight you're going to, Kevin? Is it Canelo?
Canelo.
That's you too, Ron.
It'll be the first fight we cover together.
Sure will be.
Let's do it. Can't wait, man.
Yeah.
I'll be in Vegas on Monday, the 29th.
Yeah.
Perfect. You just let me know we touched down. Maybe we can even hit some gyms because promoters love doing workouts a week of big fights. So, don't be surprised that we have to bounce around a couple places because that's what they do.
Who has fights coming up close to it?
Let me look up boxing.
What else are you going to, Kevin? You go into Canelo and then you go
to Matias.
My schedule right now is Canelo, Broner Cobbs, Matias, I'm sorry, Xander Zayas, then Matias, and then Canelo, unless, and I know it's just rumors, whispers, but if a fight happens the week before Canelo, they're talking about possibly having Plant Charlo, then I'll probably go to that shit. Yeah, because it's gonna be in Dallas, so might as well just go to Dallas the week before and park it there and cover that fight.
I think you got Canelo, Ron, you got Tank.
I got Canelo, I got Tank and David Benavidez, potentially the Terrence Crawford, Israel Madrimov.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be in LA, right?
Yeah, so.
Oh yeah.
Say what up to Frankie. You know what I mean? I have to go to that.
What about this Boots fight?
That's in Philly.
I'll do the Boots fight. I know it's gonna be in Philly, is what they're saying. So count me in.
Yeah, that's what I can't remember the date, but
somewhere in the summer.
Yeah, and I know because I just thought about that. Frankie's in LA, so yeah, Frankie, Ron, y'all do your thing. But if you end up having space for another, I would not mind going to cover my guy Bud. For sure.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's up with that. That's with the that's gonna be Eddie Hearn and
Turkey Al-Sheikh
and His Excellency, as they call him. It's so weird.
It's a fight that I would like to go to, but I probably, depending on what's going on, but this is a hardcore fan of me, right? But it's just the Estrada Bam Rodriguez. It's not a big event, big fight. You know what I mean? But that's
in Arizona?
It is, but I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to go to that?
I haven't made my. I haven't really. It's just a fight that I'm interested in watching.
Is that driving distance or?
It is, but being a newborn dad like this.
Hey, real quick, Ramiro Perez, tell us why in the world do you think that Terrence Crawford would lose to Israel Madrimov? Because you believe that?
That's not an easy fight.
It's not an easy fight, but
listen.
You're a Bud fan, so
I'm big team Terrence, right? This is the stuff that Terrence don't get credit for. He be fighting these dudes that everyone overlooking like he's supposed to be, washing. But Mean Machine was probably his toughest fight, and nobody gave him any props. He was an Olympian, yada yada. He was more of a threat than Sean Porter. And listen, I ain't throwing no shade because Sean Porter ain't potentially dropped Terrence. Sean Porter and Errol Spence, and he almost cooked Virgil Ortiz. You know what I mean? So, style makes fights.
Hold on. Matt, I was just gonna say Madrimov. I'm not saying he's not a talented guy. He's not being Bud though. And Bud fought a Mean Machine. Look at the style of that fight. How he fought Mean Machine. He fought Mean Machine like he was in the backyard somewhere. He wasn't even trying to box the guy. He was trying to hurt him. That's all he was doing.
Right.
He
I
wasn't
was
trying to set up
there.
no shot.
I was there. The man can crack. It just like how you see Devin got cracked, Terrence got cracked. So you can't get hit by no damn Mean Machine, and you can't get hit by no Majimov because this man has a crazy amateur background. Eastern European dudes from Uzbekistan with 100 and something thousand wins. You know, gold medal here, quarterfinal medalist here. You know what I mean? Like that's the new thing.
Yeah.
You know? And
yeah, but what I'm saying is he took it to Triple G though, or to Mean Machine. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like Terrence was trying to box it. He had to. I think he was pissed. I think he was pissed that Top Rank gave him that fight. Is what I think it was. He was just in there like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this dude.
Nah,
that's what it felt like.
Man. The reason why when he was boxing him, he had more of a problem because he was actually the Mean Machine was kind of trying to set him up with the counters. When he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna beat your ass," that's when he cooked him. That's when he really cooked him. He got up on some. All right, motherfucker. All right. It's on, and he beat his ass. So I think he tried to box because the dude was an Olympian, had a good. So I don't know, man. Like I got Bud. But I just don't like the idea of just saying, oh, Majimov, easy fight. He's gonna cook him.
I mean, I got Bud too, and I do think Bud could make it look easy. But sometimes Bud chooses not to make it easy. Like sometimes Bud, sometimes I think he enjoys getting.
He likes to scrap. Yeah, he likes to scrap.
Right. And sometimes that can. That could be a mistake. I'm not saying it's going to cost you the fight, but it could put you in some trouble spots, which we've seen him in a couple times. I don't want to say trouble. Right? That's a little disrespectful. But some eye-opening moments. Let's put it that way. Some moments where you're like, oh, like what are you doing? Like, get the fuck out of there. Like, I do think he's had a couple moments like that simply because he chose to put himself in that position. Is he gonna do that with Majimov? I don't think so. But Bud's also a guy that is feeling himself and believes in his strength and believes in his skill, and if push comes to shove and he feels like standing right there, he'll trade with him. So I don't think he's a difficult challenge, put it that way. But I also don't think he's a pushover. I don't think he's just going to walk in there.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Right.
It depends on the styles, right? I've seen David Avanesian give Terrence more problems than Errol Spence. You know what I mean? And I feel like that was more kind of getting the rust off, right?
That's
I'm gonna say he's getting some of the rust off. But shit, I was at all these fights. I was at the Mean Machine fight. I met Ben at the Khan fight.
Amir Khan fight. That was fun. Yo, do you remember when I forget where we were at? I don't know if we were in a stairwell or something.
It was like on
with his sister
Letitia Crawford, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, she was getting hyped up, boy. And Kell Brook, right? It was Kell Brook.
It was Kell Brook. And then she came up to him like, you too little.
Mm-hmm.
And, we know Kel's not little for the way he's big, but granted, she kind of sized him up, kind of like, my brother fight dudes 3 weight classes above you.
I jumped right into that. You think so? Oh, damn, Carol. She said you too small. I jumped right into that shit. Yeah, that was fun. That was the good old days. Not a good day for Amir Khan.
But yeah, I think some of the fights that you think might be easy for Bud. It's weird because the fights that you want to give him credit for, he makes them look easy, right? And it could be the rise to the occasion moment that we speak of, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe he but the Mean Machines. David Avanesian was kind of a little early on. Some of these fights. Who else has he fought? Let me go.
Who, Majimov?
No, just Terrence is like.
Oh, Bud.
Yeah, like fucking Ricky Byrne was able to go the distance, right? Like he was able to survive. Jose Benavidez Jr. They always say he got one leg. He was doing better than Amir Khan, the silver medalist. He was doing better than Kell Brook, right? Kell Brook went down by a jab, a strong fucking jab. Not discrediting the jab because Spence was going down off jabs too. But it's just like you never know in this boxing thing, right? Like you never know who will create more of a problem. Victor Poster was supposed to be this boogeyman and issue, you know. But Gamboa was able to kind of get him. Gamboa was able to kind of, wobble up a little bit. So we just saw Devin Haney get cooked by Ryan Garcia. So you never know, right?
I think a lot of that though is like what Ben said, is a byproduct of what Bud chooses to do most often. Sometimes he just likes to fight.
True. But sometimes that can cost you. So.
You're right.
Yeah.
But what would I say? We've been on for what? How long? Obviously we probably want to, keep an eye on social media and see if we missed anything. But if there's, I guess, any last minute maybe questions or things that the chat has anything, because I think we might have to sign off soon. Doesn't mean we're gonna be gone forever. We might come back tomorrow. Well, at least me. I can.
Shit, I might hop on tomorrow.
Depending on what the topics is, right? So.
Right. Depending on how much sleep I get.
No sleep, Ben. Right? FightHype never sleeps.
Never sleep. Money don't sleep, brother. Money don't sleep. Neither do I. Let's get it.
Okay. Well, cool. Then let's do our final words and sign out. You know what I mean? Appreciate everyone who's been rocking here. Final words, Kev.
It was a great fight. I think Ryan definitely elevated himself. Boxing just got more interesting in and around that weight class because, shit can go either way, right? See Ryan against some guys at the 140 pound limit. Maybe see him against the 147 pound guy. Who knows? He wants to fight Sebastian Fundora. So I think it's all good stuff. And, just looking forward to seeing what Ryan does moving forward. And aside from that, boxing is definitely got some stuff going on over the next weeks and months. That'll definitely give us a lot to talk about. So, just tune in. You'll see my coverage definitely as part of some of the FightHype stuff, along with everybody else here who does their thing. So just keep an eye on us, guys. We'll be out here. We outside.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I got nothing. I've said enough. I'm on the Ryan Garcia Express. So, yeah, man.
Somebody said get Rolly on tomorrow, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up and see. We gonna get Rolly somehow, either live or maybe we'll get an interview with him and just play the interview or something like that. But I'm definitely gonna tap in with Rolly. We got to get Shakur. We got to get Clarissa. We got to get we got to get a lot of people in here.
Get Keyshawn. Got to get everybody, right?
Everybody. We got to get Tarver. We got to get We got to get everybody in here.
I would have to try to get Ryan's parents, right?
He said Ryan's parents.
Hell yeah, man! Look, I gotta tell him. I gotta tell him this is a high quality shirt that I had to wear in front of the world and let them know that Ryan's message was delivered. Free the children, right?
You can tell him this is a hater free zone. This is an HFZ hater free zone, so he ain't got to worry about coming on here and telling anybody to suck his dick and blah blah blah. Like that's not us. That's not us, bro. That's not us.
We gotta get in the mind of the psyche of the because he's technically Derek is the face, but really Henry's the trainer that of Ryan of all this, who was having to go. We should move him from Eddie Reynoso. We should move him so he's the brains of kind of the father figure. So how this all came together, because he told me a long time ago they don't know about Ryan. They don't know about these 8 counts and stuff like that. So, he's kind of had this Mystic Henry, right? Right? Or like
Mystic Henry.
Hindsight Henry, right? There's Mystic Mac, maybe Hindsight Henry, right?
Hindsight Henry.
So
you should run that past
Hindsight Henry and the Catchway King. Yo, Monica Secor, Shushu is on that Zaya's card, so we'll definitely have coverage of Shushu. And I got contacts for him. I'll reach out. You never know, but yep, Shushu is on the Zaya's card, so he'll be back soon.
That's my girl. Shushu came to our baby shower, so we'll definitely either one of us.
Shushu should be easy work. That should be
shout out Monica.
Any call. That should just be a phone call away.
He fucks with FightHype, so obviously at the end of the day, he's guaranteed for greatness, right? So, but let's just sign off.
Careful now, careful. That's what they have. Careful, man. Can't just be throwing that greatness word around.
Okay. Hey. You're true.
He's on a trajectory. He's on a trajectory to greatness.
I went real Jim Lampley real there. I got in the moment, right? You know,
It's Muhammad Ali.
He's the best thing to ever come from Brownsville ever, right? You know, like no one's ever came out of I know I'm just so, but high praise on Shoo Shoo is what I'm saying. But yeah, we'll sign out. Look, appreciate everyone coming and rocking. Everyone from yesterday, everyone who threw out, and even everyone who comes in later, right? Who wasn't in the live. So we really appreciate.
We'll try to get on a schedule. We'll try to get these on a schedule so you guys can just jump like every Monday, every Wednesday, we'll figure out a schedule and start doing this a little more often and get you guys to start participating. We gotta get these fans to start calling in or videoing in. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah,
So,
we'll have to do a screen check before I let them in. It's nothing crazy pops up. But all right,
let anybody know. Want to see something crazy? No Diddy.
Jesus, the FightHype build up. The what do you call it? Rumble in the Jungle. What is this called? The Diddy, no Diddy at the Barclays.
No Diddy at the Barclays.
No Diddy at Barclays.
What was it? No puffing on 420 or puffing on that? I don't know. The pat. We got something, man. We gotta create a fan poster, man. They don't do that no more. The Rumble in the Jungle stuff. So
right.
We can be here all day. So I'm gonna let everybody know. Stay tuned on FightHype. Obviously, us getting off doesn't mean content's not gonna stop. So please check out all the stuff if you haven't. Kevin, you did a great job with a lot of interviews. Shout out to Hans. Hans was out there in New York getting a lot of stuff. He was one of the other guys out there getting content. So check out his interviews. There was great coverage overall between both of you guys. So, and obviously, thank you to owner Ben Thompson. They call him Al Heyman of media. Doesn't do much. So thanks for blessing and everyone in the chat. And spokes for the folks. My guy. I'll see you at the Top Rank Gym. So we'll talk a lot about this fight, man. Appreciate you coming and showing some support, man. So I'm going to end this right here. And you guys have a good day. Peace.
Peace.